Are you afraid of the dark? You should be.
Oh my god! He's like a porcupine!
Dude, this game is so dark though, I can't see crap. Get behind me, boys, I got the shield, I have the shield. Open the door! Open the door!
Fucking rally crack in there, boys.
Ah! Yo! Oh, wait, but my block doesn't work, man. What is this? Get behind me, boys. I got the shield. I have the shield.
Like, what is this? Resident Evil?
This game is so dark though, I can't see crap. Get behind me, boys. I got the shield. I have the shield. Open the door! Open the door!
Fucking rally crack in there, boys.
Ah! Yo! Oh, wait, but my block doesn't work, man. What is this?
Are you afraid of the dark? You should be.
Oh my god! He's like a porcupine!
On February 11th, there is a Dark and Darker tournament. It's probably not going to be too hard. It's probably going to be a pretty easy game. We are exclusively playing Wizard. Here we go. It's fucking gamer time. Headshot, headshot, headshot. Fuck you. How in the fuck is this ethical? Oh, man, dude. Playing Wizard is like triple omega hard mode.
I look creepy, look at me. I look like an actual creep. I think the game is supposed to be dark, but this is like way dark. No, no, don't touch me. That's not fair. Is that... Die! Die! Oh! This game is sick. I like it a lot.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Welcome to the Dark and Darker Invitational presented by Arrested XP. My name is Cargos, and I'm joined today by a new friend, Dresboni. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna be here in the casting table. We're gonna be going over the streams as the tournament goes, and I'll be here.
Hell yeah, it's great to have you here. Dresboni's an emerging creator in the Dark and Darker space, doing really well for himself on YouTube and streaming on Twitch, I believe, as well. A lot of fantastic guides out there. So he's going to be one of the analysts today on the casting desk. I'm the resident noob, of course, as always. But just a little sound check, little production check. Chat, can you guys hear me okay? Everything all right from a sound volume perspective? I'd appreciate any feedback. Try to make the stream looking nice for you guys. But yeah, today we're doing a Dark and Darker tournament. Type a 1 in the chat if you've played Dark and Darker or have heard about it. Put a 2 if you haven't. I know we're just getting started here, so there's not too many people in here yet. But this game has been growing pretty rapidly, and it sort of came out of left field from my perspective, man. I don't know if you know much about a lot of people playing, but a lot of us are vanilla WoW guys, so we play classic WoW, and we're kind of like hard stuck to that game in a sense. But this game kind of came out of left field, and people were saying, "Man, this game is giving us vanilla WoW vibes." Like it is super fun. It combines everything that we love, like the battle royale aspect of things, magic, swords, spells, classes, all that. And it really felt like it just came out of left field and is growing really rapidly and organically. But yeah,
it blew up. And I want to mention we did just get announced in the Dark and Darker official Discord by Grayson, so we're gonna be getting a lot more people coming in.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's so nice of him. Yeah, we've been talking with the devs over at Iron Mace, right? Was the team David?
Yeah, Iron Mace is their name.
Right. Yeah, it's a Korean development company, and they've been really great, very easy to talk to, and supporting us with some private lobbies today for the tournament. It's really, really awesome. We love to see it. We can't thank them enough. But yeah, welcome in everybody. So maybe you could introduce yourself, Dresboni. It's a new emerging space, and there's a lot of creators that are on the come up and on the rise, and you're cementing your place here. Like, how did you come across Dark and Darker? What's your background in gaming?
Yeah, sure. I can talk a little bit about it. So I've started making guides, and I'm going to start making more content for Dark and Darker on YouTube. Basically, I come from a background of other melee games like Mordhau and Chivalry. And I always played competitively in those games and I took it really seriously. So I've been trying to help people learn more of the melee mechanics in Dark and Darker. So I'm going to post my channel here in the chat if anybody wants to take a look at it later. But I am also top 10 on the leaderboard right now.
Wow, congratulations. Dude, you're so right. We just went from like 30 viewers to like 500, like instantly.
Yeah,
that's insane.
We got announced on the Discord.
That is
That's
so
why.
freaking cool. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Yeah, you should introduce the tournament again now that everybody just got here.
Let's absolutely do it. So I need to figure out how to change the category too. We're normally doing WoW streams, and now we're doing Dark and Darker. Let's figure this out. But welcome, guys. Yeah, let's definitely reintroduce the tournament. So today we are doing a threes tournament. There is one solo player though, and you'll never guess who the solo player is. It's one of the top players in the world, Orlanthi, who's playing solo, and then a bunch of other streamers in teams of 3 playing together. There's a $2,500 prize pool. I have a scene made up for the rules right now. I can flash it for a second. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. It's a $2,500 prize pool. 3-man teams, level 1 characters, 1 of each class per team. All equipment you find can be used or saved for future rounds. Merchants can be used, stash can be used. Each kill by your team in the kill feed is 1 point. No further points can be gained for the team once a member extracts. Extracting in blue portal banks points. Lose points if entire team dies. Bosses are worth 15 points. Last hit gets credit. Killing an enemy player in the boss room is worth 3 points. 7 games max. Wait for the other teams to finish between games. A solo player may join to fill out the lobby. Resurrection is allowed, and no win trading, of course. So here's the broad strokes. I'm curious your take on this, although Dresman. How do you feel about this rule set? Anything weird to you, or?
I think it's a pretty interesting approach to go with points instead of purely counting kills, as other tournaments have done. the 15 points for killing the boss is a really nice incentive. I'm curious if anybody's going to be going for that. And if anybody has any experience, really, because it's mostly streamers, right, from a different community.
Yeah.
And also, I'd like to mention, because I've seen some questions in the chat, the tournament is an invitational. Right now, it's not open for people to join.
Yeah, right. Good call. So there are 5 teams of 3, and then 1 solo player or Lanthi, which apparently this has been so most of the streamers playing in this are pretty noob to Dark and Darker. Like they might have 10 to 20 hours played under their belts. So if you were to play in this tournament, Dresbin or Calamity, our other caster, is going to be joining us soon. Like you guys would just roll everybody. So they structured it in a way where there's almost no way or Lanthi can win, but I don't really understand why that is the case. What do you think about that, Dresbin? You think it's possible a solo player, given this rule set, could win?
I think it's totally possible, considering that an experienced player like Orlanthi, he's gonna have a very good chance at beating teams out in 1v3s, because really there is the gear matters a lot in this game, but to a point, if you're good at the game, you can 1v3 new players very well. So I'm actually predicting that Orlanthi is going to do really well. But I hope it's not too demoralizing for the streamers.
Really? You think he's going to do it? So this is the type of game that you can 1v3 people?
It's hard to explain, right? I think once everybody's at a good level at the game, it's very hard to 1v3. But when we're talking like an extremely experienced players, and then against new streamers, right? I think it's very possible he's just going to 1v3 a bunch.
That's crazy, man. I mean, I'm thinking about like in terms of CS:GO or something, right? I don't know if you played any games like that, but like there are some games where you can 1v3. Like you put a pro esports player playing CS:GO or one of the shooters, like they can totally dust off a team probably 1v3.
Yeah, 100%. And I think this game's more comparable to melee games, right? So let's say like Chivalry or Mordhau. And if you put an experienced player in those games against new players, they will 100% just 1v3, right? Pretty easily. But this game, I think, is pretty different to where there's less of a skill gap. So it might not be that apparent. It might not be very easy to 1v3. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, as kind of a new player myself, it's hard for me to understand how much how much more powerful you get with gear or experience. I'm still a bit lacking in understanding with that. Do you feel how much of an impact do you think like gear and items have on in your gameplay? Like if you had to equate it to like a power level increase or something.
Yeah, sure. So I think in this game, because of the nature of the combat, it's very possible, like it's very easy to just gear diff people. If you have better gear, you'll just win pretty easily. But there's a point to where if both players have gear of like a decent level, then anything could happen really. Like the gap between a starter kit and like a green kit is huge, but the gap between a green kit and a purple kit is really not that much. So when everybody has some decent gear, we're gonna see a lot less of the gear mattering.
I see. So there's a diminishing return as you get better and better gear. Like that first jump up is huge, and then it gets a bit
exactly.
A bit minimal. Gotcha. Interesting. I'm also curious about the meta right now. Are there certain classes that are emerging or comps that are emerging that are defining the meta right now?
Yeah. So this is a point of argument. For like pretty much every experienced player. If you go talk to anyone that's on the leaderboard, they'll all have some differing opinions. But right now, the comp that's dominating the leaderboard, right, with the most aggressive playstyle there is to get a bunch of kills, is just Barb. And then you have people buffing the Barb. So Wizard and Cleric just pocketing a Barb, and then the Barb runs around and kills everyone. That's how I got a lot of my leaderboard kills. But if we're talking just like in a tournament, just the safest comp that would perform most consistently and the best, in my opinion, instead of just rushing for kills, I would say having like Rangers and Fighters is more consistent than going for the aggressive buff ball Barb build, really.
So what would be your comp if you were to compete in this, out of curiosity?
In this tournament, I would, considering the 15 points for the boss when you take a down portal, I would definitely be running a Fighter and then double Ranger.
Fighter and double ranger, interesting. I mean, as a complete noob here, like, I'm sorry if it's perplexing to me, but like, no, that appears like there's no real healer there, right? Like a cleric or anything like that. So
Yeah,
it
no,
seems like
there's-
you can
I,
run a triple DPS type of composition and be fine.
Oh, but I did make a mistake there. There is only one of each class per team, so you actually can't run double ranger.
Oh, I see.
This, yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, I wouldn't even choose to include a cleric, basically because if you have enough ranged presence, so double ranger and a fighter can use bows as well, you can pretty much just kite forever and not really choose to engage in melee against like a class like a barb or even other fighters, and then just play super safe and just kill them from ranged. And
Interesting.
the other reason is because against the boss, like the Ghost King or the Lich King in the Hell Floor, ranged performs much better than any melee class, and it's actually, if you know the mechanics, it's extremely easy to kill the Lich boss with the bows. So that's the other reason.
It makes me wonder if there's a PvE win condition here. I don't know the ebb and flow of these games so much, but I'm curious if people are going to take advantage of those boss points and maybe they try to avoid PvP combat and kill the boss super fast. Is that something that would potentially work?
Yeah, I'm hoping to see people try that. It's I'm not sure how much people know about the mechanics of the boss. It's pretty important to beating him, and I'm not sure if I can say it here. It's going to be a big advantage for whoever's watching. But yeah, if you know how to beat the Lich boss and you have any bow members in your party, you're going to get free points pretty much if you just go down and kill everyone else.
Gotcha. And so our third co-caster, Calamity, who's also, from my understanding, pretty high up there on those leaderboards, just joined us. How you doing, Calamity? How's your weekend going?
Yeah, doing good. I was high up there, then I took a break, is what it is. We are missing one more player and we're good to go. A lot of stress off me.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster today getting this private lobby set up. So funnily enough, all the players will be competing on Korean servers. So we'll see how that impacts play if they're having any ping issues or anything like that. But yeah, the Dark and Darker guys were awesome enough to get us access to a private server, which should be awesome because I think the other tournaments weren't on private servers, right? So it was inherently going to be a little bit scuffed. So that's exciting. We get to have a more controlled environment here, and they'll actually be able to fighting each other. Which is really cool. But yeah, we've just been going over things. Calamity, maybe you could introduce yourself to everybody, like your main class that you play, your background, how you found Dark and Darker, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I was a cleric main since playtest 2. I found the game just by, seeing a friend play it, like most of you, I think. It was kind of unknown at that time, but fell in love with it. I think it's the game people have been asking for a very long time. Like this kind of dungeon delving, looting, medieval fantasy type game. It's just so cool to see it finally come to fruition.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many different motifs or themes out there with games, right? You have space shooters, you have hyper-realistic shooters like Counter-Strike and stuff. You have, but for me at least, like that, the magical high fantasy vibe has always been my favorite. Lord of the Rings type vibe, and to have that into a sort of a, how do you even describe this game? Like, how would you even? Is it a battle royale? Is that what they're calling it?
I mean, I don't think they mentioned that like genre in their categories on Steam. They mostly go for dungeon crawlers, stuff like that. That's how they advertise their game. But it plays like a battle royale, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it's got some RPG elements thrown in there, right? It's well, I guess like all of them do, like even stuff like Fortnite and PUBG. But this one a little bit more so, right? You have like almost talent points, skills. As a WoW player, this game is very appealing to me because I always love the idea that there's these different flavorful classes that are not that homogenized and have different abilities and talents that you can, you can't have your cake and eat it too. So definitely seems really interesting to me there. But yo, chat, there's so many people in here today. I just want to thank you so much for being here and giving us a shot and tuning in today. Really, really appreciate it. Shout out to Grayson giving us a shout out on I don't know if you caught that, Calamity. They shouted us out on the main Dark and Darker Discord, which is just absolutely,
that's awesome.
Absolutely touching. Thank you so much. How are you guys enjoying Dark and Darker chat? You guys enjoying it? Give it a score out of 10. Are you guys really enjoying yourselves? You think it still has a long ways to go as a game? Are we at a 5 out of 10? Or are we absolutely loving it? Bro,
Yeah,
I'm
personally,
addicted.
if I had to rate it, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 for sure.
This game is so good.
Out of 10.
Yep.
Really?
Best game I've played in a while.
Best game. What are your top 5 games though?
Um,
I need to kind of build the character you guys are as gamers. Like, what are you comparing?
Marco's real fast. Your GMs. Check them real fast.
Check my DMs.
Yep.
All right. Well, they do that. I'll give my top 5 games. So I'm a fan of different melee games. Like a lot of people that got into Dark and Darker. There's these kinds of crowds that basically got attracted to Dark and Darker right away. There's the Tarkov crowd, right? Extraction shooters. There's the WoW crowd, just fantasy games. And then there's the other crowd that's a bit smaller, which is like the medieval melee sword type games. And that's where I come from. So Mordhau, Chivalry, all that. Those are my other types of favorite games. And then I've discovered this new genre of like Battle Royale, extraction, loot type system that I really fell in love with. And Dark and Darker just scratches that itch for me. And I've been a big fan of it recently.
Nice. Are you putting this up there with the goats though? Like, you know, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Like really, this has potential to be a top 5 game overall.
I think so. Yeah, I would say this is definitely one of my all-time favorite games.
Wow, that's exciting. That is exciting. So, what are your guys' mains classes? Is it like WoW Calamity where you define yourself as a main? Like, I'm a fighter player. I'm a cleric player.
To an extent, sure. Like I'm definitely a cleric player, but depending on who you're playing with, certain team comps are just better. Like Drez mentioned earlier, having a cleric and wizard and barbarian is like the meta comp right now, just giga buffing the barbarian. But you can also have comps where like if you want to run like triple rangers and go hunting for bosses, that's also viable. It depends on your goal, I think, in the game, whether it's hunting down players, killing bosses.
Is there a
Just trying
lot
to survive.
of skill expression and that's tied to a specific, like, I don't know how I'm able to structure this, but you know how in certain games it's hard to play all the classes, like it takes a lot of muscle memory and you have to set up keybinds and a whole system for it.
Yeah,
Like,
I know what you mean.
can people multi-class that well in this game, or is it like you pick one and then that's you and you have to put like, you know, 1,000 hours into it to become decent?
I actually do think that's one of the upsides of the class system in this game. It's a lot easier to pick up different characters and other classes in this game than, let's say, like a fighting game, right? Learning how to play a character in a fighting game just takes forever. But in this game, every class shares the same basic systems. The only classes that like you pretty much need to learn a new system is the cleric and wizard, right? Cast the spells, and even then, it's not too hard. So I think that's one of the upsides of this game. It's pretty easy to jump around the classes. Most people don't really have a main. Right? They're just experimenting with the game so far.
Right.
Me, I like the barb. If I had to favor a class, that's the class I'm top 10 in kills right now with.
That's
But
badass.
people just jump around because it's really easy to just pick up a new class.
That's badass. So, Calamity, people are asking what time it all starts. And also, chat, let us know, what main class have you guys been enjoying? What do you guys think you're going to main for the real thing when this thing comes out? But also, Calamity, when do you think we're getting started here? We're a little bit late, but we were hoping to start about 9 minutes ago, but there was a little bit of complications with getting the private server set up. But, you know, we should be starting momentarily, hopefully.
Varied answers in the chat. No crowd dominating there. I see pretty much every class in the answers. Which I think is another thing that this game got right. Every class has an appeal to it. Every class feels like they have enough sauce.
Every class. So there's not one class, even at this early stage in the game's infancy, there's not one class that feels really weak. Right now, they all feel pretty decent.
So, I mean, there may be classes from time to time that feel it like a bit too strong. And because of that, overshadow the other classes. But I don't think it's an issue of like the class not having enough content to it, right? Or not enough identity. That's just a balance issue. I would say as far as the class having like enough to explore and feel fun to play, every single class is good enough, really.
Oh, that's awesome, and they have plenty of time to, you know, refine these classes and make them pretty balanced and stuff too. I wonder when the game is actually going to come out, right? This is playtest 4 or 3?
Yeah, this is playtest number 4, and they've confirmed, or not confirmed really, but they have pretty much put a promise out to get early access late April, early May. It may get delayed. It's probably going to get delayed even, but that's when the game is predicted to come out.
Okay, so it's not too much further off. It's not one of those games that's still over a year away, right? And they're doing a couple early playtests. So we're looking at a quarter 2, quarter 3 type of release.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, that is exciting. Yeah, so we should be starting up kind of soon. So this just for new people tuning into tuning in right now. This is an invitational tournament. There's 5 teams of 3 competing. Pretty much all of them are streamer Andes, and a lot of them are pretty new-ish to the game. So they don't have that many hours in. So this is not going to be like a giga hyper competitive tournament. I mean, there are some good players playing like Orlanthi. Or is it Orlanthi or Orianthi? I feel like I might be butchering.
I think it's Orlanthi. It's Orlanthi.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's one of the fan favorites too, like emerging. I think he was rank 1 fighter, right? So
Yeah, he's the rank 1 fighter right now, I think, on the leaderboard.
yeah, there it is. Looks like there. So he's playing solo though, so he's gonna be 1v3ing the teams, and we'll see how that goes. That'll be like a fun thing to watch. So we're playing on private servers right now. Right, private server sounds like a bad thing. We're playing on a private lobby created by the devs. So that'll
Yeah,
be pretty
basically
cool.
the first time ever that private lobbies are going to be used in this game for a tournament. The devs made sure we got the keys for this private tournament here, and it's going to be tried out the first time, so it may be a little rough.
Bless the devs for getting this for us. It is coming with some trial and error, trying to make sure that things even working. So I mean, we appreciate your patience while we get it figured out.
Yeah, thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Can we get some hearts in the chat if you're looking forward to today and just watching some good gameplay, people having fun playing some Dark and Darker. If you're just loving Dark and Darker in general, man, if you're excited for the future of the game, let's get a little hearts, a little sea of hearts going.
Love to see that.
Love to see it. I mean, the community seems pretty wholesome so far. This is 90% people from the Dark and Darker Discord, man. This is seeming pretty wholesome, man. Pretty people blanket right now. It's great to have you all here.
It's awesome.
Hopefully we can put on a good show for you today.
So as an update, all the players have their keys. They are on the private lobby. The issue is some players are on an old build. So they're on 2 different patches. The devs are looking into why that is. The contestants may need to restart their games. We're looking into it.
Nice. Stay Safe's reacting to bunnies. Okay. Very nice, very nice.
Now, so are we.
Yeah, it's
for those who don't... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. I think the game is... I don't know how everyone feels about the art style. I think the game looks really nice. It's really pretty. It's got a unique art style. It is very dark, right? And it's... I think the games industry in general, this is just a personal hot take. I feel like everything is so cutesy these days. You know, everything is so, like, light, that style. Like, almost Fortnite-y or kind of anime-like. It's kind of refreshing to see, like, a dark, grimy, kind of gory, you know, take on things. It's really cool.
Yeah, I agree with you. And in general, just their art style approach really is like if they think something's like approach or like if it's unoriginal, if it's already been done a lot, they see that as a good thing because they're making a fantasy game, right? They want all the tropes in their game, everything, every class, D&D class that's already been done. They want you to be able to play with it in the game, and that's, I think, a really good approach.
Yeah, it's really nice. You know, the whole character pane where you have the gear and you're putting it on and the way your character looks, it reminds me a lot of Diablo. I feel like they took a lot of inspiration from that, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, people have a lot of love for that game as well. How do you guys feel about the items in the game? Are there like really interesting, flavorful items, or do you feel so far in my only couple games that I played, I didn't see anything like that was too crazy, like items with on use effects or something, or like in WoW, you have sort of legendary items and unique items that have like a a special equip or an on use. Yeah. How do you feel about the items right now?
So that is actually a new thing that came out this playtest. So a lot of people might not know about it, but the High Roller boss in this new patch, they can drop actually unique items that have unique effects. And there was a post on the Dark and Darker subreddit that got pretty viral, where Grayson, one of the devs, posted an item that he found. It was an axe, and it had like a crazy effect. It was like when you die, your character gets set to 1 HP, and you don't die, and you're immune for 2 seconds.
Oh, like a cheat death. Oh.
Yeah, and he posted that for like 10,000 gold.
Oh, that's
in
so
the trade
cool.
menu, just to like flex it.
So that's the weird thing about Dark and Darker to me. The fact that there's like a trading, like it kind of is an RPG, right? Like people trade stuff outside of the games, and then, I mean, there's nothing like that with PUBG and Fortnite and other battle royales and stuff, right? Like you can't take the gear with you. In this game, you can, and there actually is some economy outside of the games, which, as a noob, it seems like that would create a lot of imbalance. But maybe it's fine. And then maybe, like tournaments and stuff have like their own rule set where you can't use certain items and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just like right away with the starter like characters, level 1 characters, that's already a limiter, right? To just buying items off the market, because you do need to be level 5 to join the trader guild. So it's already a good like rule set for the very start.
Gotcha. Oh, Calamity, you there right now?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
So I think Calamity was one of the chief people that designed this rule set. I'm curious your thoughts on it, like how you feel about it, how you think it's going to play out, what strategies people are going to use, and maybe you can give your thought process behind how you guys crafted this rule set for the tournament.
Yeah, so to start, to lay like a foundation, we are on private lobbies, which means the players don't have their normal characters. They are fresh, level 1, no stash, no items, and so we had to make a rule set around players starting fresh, basically, which means the goal here is to have 7 games, and throughout the progress of the tournament, players will get more and more gear, right? And so we hope they'll get points via kills and extracting, and then eventually towards the end of the tournament, maybe we have players even kill the boss. The boss is a bonus objective worth 15 points. There are 2 bosses in the game, the Lich King and the Ghost King. They are both very hard when you have no gear. So we may not even see a player go for the boss, but if they do, it'll be very exciting, because they'll be under-geared, under-prepared, and there's a bonus. If you kill a player in the boss room, you get triple points. So if you see a player going for a boss, you can try stopping them.
Kill a player in the boss room for triple points? That seems like it could be... Yeah, that could have a pretty massive effect.
It could either win you the game or lose you the game. Going for the boss.
So do you get 1 point per kill?
Yes, 1 point per kill.
Okay, so 3 points per kill if they're going for a boss. Okay.
I hope people do take down portals so that there is PvP in the boss room.
Yeah, I've talked to a few of the contestants. There is a plan to go for a boss around game 5 or 6. So out of our 7-game tournament, I think towards the end we will see a boss attempt.
Interesting. 1 point, okay. And also the thing about Dark and Dark you have to realize, because there's probably a lot of new people, right? Type a 1 in the chat if you're completely new to this game and don't understand anything at all. I think you'd be surprised. There's a lot of people just kind of have a baseline curiosity here. When you die in Dark and Darker, you lose everything, correct?
Yeah, you do. You lose everything you came in with.
So that is you can be super powerful, but like, if you're not paying attention for a second or somebody gets a jump on you, potentially hours and hours of work building up all this gear is completely reset. It's kind of like hardcore in WoW, which I know a lot of people have seen us play recently, do tournaments for. So how much of a factor is that, Calamity? Is it the type of thing where, one team is dominating for 6 of the games and then they die, lose everything, and then are hopelessly behind on gear and can't get any more kills?
Yeah, so I mean, if your team is super stacked and then you get like an unlucky fight where like maybe a mob comes behind you and ganks you during a fight, and the other team steals your gear, they're gonna be like super far ahead in power spike wise.
There might be a factor with gear and snowballing. Pretty much the first team that gets set up and gets good gear going, probably favored to dominate PvP like going forward.
Yo, Johnny, what's going on, dude?
Awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So are they almost ready to get started here, I would imagine?
Yeah, so talking to the devs right now, it sounds like there's an issue with some players being on an old build. They are restarting the servers currently. If everything goes well, we should be starting in like 5 minutes here.
5 minutes, gotcha. Yeah, I appreciate your patience, everybody. Do you know some of these guys? I see Orlanti has the leaderboard pulled up. Does some of these names ring a bell?
Yeah, I know a few of these players. Orlanthi is the one I know best. I actually collaborated with him on a fighter guide for my YouTube. It came out like 5 days ago.
Oh, badass.
But
badass.
Everyone else, I think there's a lot of people from the WoW community, right?
Oh yeah. In the actual tournament, for sure. It's a bunch of WoW Andes for sure. A huge representation there. But this game appeals to us, man. The WoW Andes, it's very much up our alley. I'm thinking in terms of leaderboard, though, some of these people, Hentachan, Wheezy, GoTier.
Oh, in terms of leaderboard.
Yeah.
Right now he's got the fighter section pulled up, so these are only the fighter players. Out of these, really, I only just know Orlanthi. Go ahead.
Can I
Connor.
just point out that Grayson, one of the like devs of the game, is number 3 on the fighter leaderboard? That's so cool to see like a dev like actually that knows the game and is pumping up there.
Yeah, that is really cool,
is
man.
cool.
And I mean, as an initial vibe check for the company, the fact that they are helping out smaller orgs and streamers and doing interviews and extending the olive branch, I think is a really good sign that they care and they're trying to, you know, their mind's in the right place, right? Trying to look at that. WoW Classic, locking in. Let's see it.
Yeah, it's great that they're supporting the tournaments and the community with this and announcing stuff on the Discord. It's awesome. You don't see a lot of dev teams support the community early on,
Yeah.
like they're doing. They're doing a lot of stuff right.
Yeah, that is really, really cool. That is really, really cool. Are there any crazy builds in the game right now that are emerging? Like, you know, there's all in WoW at least there's all types of weird specs you can go.
Yeah, I know what you
Things
mean.
like that.
So a lot of the crazy stacking that was like pretty much breaking the game already got fixed from the first few playtests. Rogue, for example, used to benefit from like a lot of different stats in a lot of different ways. And that's why he dominated the first few leaderboards. But now there's not much more of that anymore. A lot of the builds are more tame. But
Isn't there like a build with wizards where you can go like physical and magical damage on your dagger because of how Ignite works? I could be mistaken. I don't play wizard very often.
okay, so this was a thing last playtest as well, but it already got fixed. So Ignite used to do double damage. Used to do a lot more damage than it was supposed to. So if you stacked magic damage with the Ignite spell, you used to two-shot like any class in the game with just a Rondell dagger. Right now that's a pretty that got nerfed, so it's not as good a strategy. But you can still stack magic damage and then pop Ignite on your Rondell and just run up to people and stab them a bunch of times. But it's probably not going to be a two-shot anymore.
Interesting. Okay. I'm glad it was fixed because it wasn't it wasn't great trying to like go fight a wizard and he just pokes you twice and you fall over, right? You would think wizards are weak in melee.
Yeah, there are so many compilations of like just wizards invising and running up to like any class and just two-shotting with 2 stabs. It was pretty stupid. But yeah, it was just a bug.
Well, what do you guys see as issues with the game right now? I mean, it can't all be rainbows and butterflies, right? The game is clearly in a good spot. There's a lot of people really enjoying it. Are there any things that you'd like to see, or the community would like to see improved?
Honestly, these devs have been so on point with like immediately adjusting the gameplay to feel better, to improve like quality of life, and like addressing any major pain points so quickly. I have no complaints. Like everything they do is just adding more and more layers to this delicious cake of a game. It's so good.
More layers to this delicious cake of a game.
It is. It's so good.
I like that analogy. Fix the rubber banding. 3-man blue portals should come back. Let's see what the chat has to say.
That is a contentious point. The 3-man blue portals. So at one point in the game's life, there were triple blue portal spawns, which would let a full team get out pretty easily. And now they're all split up. I like it personally. It requires you scouting around to get everyone out. I think it's a more engaging and stressful gameplay. But I understand it feels very bad to have your teammates get left behind sometimes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, personally, I agree with Calamity. I think the new portals, they feel good. This game suffers a lot from 3-mans having just big advantages over solos. And having these split solo portals spawn intermittently across the dungeon, I think helps solo players get more of a fighting chance, right? If trios start slowly trickling out from the portals they find, then solos have more of a fighting chance. If not, then solos have a lot more portals they can just escape with early and avoid fighting the trios. I think it's a good change overall. It's a pretty smart approach by the devs to basically nerf trios just a little bit.
Gotcha. What else? Anything else come to mind? Stuff you don't want to see?
For future features of the game, I do want to see the devs bring more of these unique items. I think it's really cool. I haven't seen like any of them pretty much aside from that one screenshot on Reddit. But I think it's a really interesting way to go forward with the game in terms of items, especially if later on we get like a market similar to RPG games, right? I don't know how it is in WoW, but I know like in New World there was like a you know put in buy orders and sell orders. It would be pretty sick to see like these unique items just be listed for like 150 candy corn for anyone to buy if they have enough money, and then anybody can
Yeah.
get their this item that dropped. That's really rare.
No,
I
I
want to see
agree.
this game go more that way, right? Into the basically having the best parts of every other game.
We got
So-
Lobos here. This is another one we haven't seen another streamer playing.
Some of our mods are asking to show the trailer we hadn't made for the tournament.
Oh yeah, great call, great call. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let me, let's play some of these trailers for you guys, get you guys amped up here. Appreciate your patience, by the way. Should be starting soon. Alright, here we go.
Dude, this game is so dark though, I can't see crap. Get behind me, boys, I have the shield, I have the shield.
Way dark.
Open the door! Open the door!
Here we go.
The audio.
Here, mute it for a sec. It's super loud and super dank.
Yeah, it's super loud. Give me 1 second. I'll play it again.
Are you afraid of the dark? You should be.
Oh my god! He's like a porcupine!
All right, there it is. Sorry about that audio pan. We got through it, but yeah, should be a fun day.
So, what's the update on the game updates and everybody else having like different versions of the game? Is that fixed yet?
Yeah, so Grayson just said it'll be up shortly. Hopefully that means the next few minutes here.
Every class is OP and also dies too fast.
It's hard to give, you know, like perfect estimations with dev work. Things happen, but he said it should be up any second now.
Like,
Awesome.
if you slowed down how long it took for people to die, oh my god.
Who's this Lobos guy? Is this another emerging creator, YouTube Andy?
So I believe Lobos came from a Dark Souls challenge run background, if I'm correct. Anyone in chat know? I think I recall viewing him a few years ago.
I'm doing Ranger.
Oh, nice. He's playing Ranger.
Hanzo main, by the way. Yeah, I think the way it is right now is.
He's a Dark Souls speedrunner. Yeah, no, I remember him doing like blindfold Dark Souls 2 runs. It was very fun to see back then because like back in the day, not many people did that yet. So I'm glad to see him here still pumping on the stream.
Yeah, that's badass.
Why are you doing this? Good luck. I'm
Pretty awesome seeing how many people from different games and different communities get sucked into this game.
Dude, I
Do we
really
want to
really-
like
I've-
go down the list of players and like just showcase everyone one by one?
Yes, yes we can.
It's a good idea.
So, Dark and Darker tournaments.
right?
Alright. We have Guzu, a classic WoW Andy, playing. We have Savix. We have Stay Safe. Grace for Days. Azimus.
See if I can get a legendary one.
Rockman. Lobos. Lobos Jr., sorry. Distortion 2. Ainrun, Ainrun. We have Katie over here. Corey Aether. Fist of the Walrus. Mendo. Pico. Y4MZ, I assume that's Yams. And Orlanthi.
Those are some big WoW names and some big Dark and Darker names. Just out the gate.
Yeah.
Having Orlanthi here is terrifying, I think. For those who just kind of are now joining us, this is a 3-man team tournament. However, Orlanthi is joining solo. He is leagues above the others skill-wise, but he's going to be a solo fighter, fighting for his life.
Thanks, I'm gonna need it.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting to see how that does. If the teams are just gonna, all secretly agree to try to gang up on him.
I think you meant so.
I think they have to, right? Because if Orlanthi finds one of his other teams by himself, he's gonna just start chopping heads.
Yeah.
Never mind, I can't. Fuck.
And it's pretty interesting to see how VoIP is going to play into it, right? You said if the teams are going to join up to go against him. Is there actually
there's
any
in-game
rules?
voice chat now. They can talk to each other.
Yeah, is there any rules against teaming?
No,
and,
no rules.
there
If you
aren't.
want to team up, go for it.
Yeah, so VoIP is a genuine strategy here, and I hope to see players use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come up with strategies on the fly.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I hope I'm the favorite.
I guess meanwhile, while we're waiting, we can talk about what's coming up for Dark and Darker. What's already been confirmed. So for the people new here in the stream that don't exactly know what the plan is for Dark and Darker when it releases, so there's going to be 3 floors, 3 separate parts of the dungeon when the game actually releases. Right now, the dungeon this is going to be played with starts in what's going to be floor 2, and when you take a down portal, that's going to be floor 3. So there's a whole other level basically that's they call B1 that's upcoming, and it's going to be there in release, and it's going to change the game a lot, pretty much. And
Yeah,
people thought it was
so-
going to come this playtest actually.
I've heard in some Q&As, the top floor is like a forest level, right? Like a giant forest.
Yeah, it's either a cave or a forest. We don't know yet. They still haven't decided, right?
Yeah, it's very cool how they're doing it. It's layered. You're an adventuring party going on an adventure, and you find a dungeon. You go down in it, you find some hell portal, and fight a boss. It's so classical Dungeons and Dragons fantasy. I love this game, man. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I've heard a rumor as well. They're looking at adding a dragon boss, I think, in the last Q&A.
Yep, there was a Q&A on the Discord. It was compiled in a Google Doc. I can post it if anyone wants to take a look at it.
So how
Basically,
hard are these bosses in the grand scheme of things here? Are we going to see? Is it pretty much a free kill? If you find the boss and everyone knows what they're doing more or less, or are there some bosses that are genuinely really challenging and have a lot of
They are
mechanics to them and
very,
stuff?
very hard.
They are hard, but if you know how to beat them, basically there's cheese strats where if you know how to beat them, it's pretty easy. But I suspect no one's gonna know, no one's gonna go for it, so it's gonna be pretty hard. I don't expect people are actually gonna beat the bosses.
So if you're an inexperienced team, it might be part of your strategy to just avoid the bosses altogether if you don't know how to kill them.
I think.
Yeah, just not take a red portal on it.
I think if you know your team's behind in points, and it's game 6 or 7, you can do a Hail Mary and try to kill the Lich and get some extra points on your team. But as far as if you're ahead, I don't think you do it. It's super risky, and you don't gain too much from it.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you guys see that link I posted in chat, but that's the Q&A the devs did on Discord. That's the recap.
Crazy. I wonder who wrote
Take a
that.
look. Yeah, you should. I should let you say that, right? Yeah, Calamity was actually the one that did that recap.
Very cool. Yeah,
You guys want to take a look at it?
What are some of the key takeaways from that Q&A?
Well, here, let me look through it and pick some.
I can talk about it a little bit. I actually did a video going over these on my YouTube, so I'm pretty familiar. So this was already confirmed before, but for people that don't know, there's a Bard class upcoming. Probably going to come in the next playtest. People thought it was going to be this one, but didn't come this one. They were talking about adding a dragon boss. That's something they want to do in the future. And it's actually in the High Roller image. If you go to Q into High Roller in the main menu, there's like a image for the dungeon, right? And the dragon boss can be seen there. So that's more or less what they want it to look like. I think another one of the takeaways was that they're not putting too much effort into class balancing right now because the game's going to change a lot. So they're mostly just doing small tweaks instead of fully focusing on balance right now, even though that's like something a lot of people have a problem with, the current balance of classes. What else?
Sadly, I'm waiting to join a tournament right now.
One thing I was very curious about is someone asked if clerics would ever get a crystal mace similar to how wizards have crystal swords. And the dev said, let's just say the weapons so far are the most basic we could think of.
Yeah, true, that is interesting.
Okay, and also on that note, the servers are up. Any contestants in chat listening, please launch your games. Let's go and poke everyone as well.
Thank you. We are about to get started, boys.
Nice. Yeah, it's been a second. Oh, while we're still waiting, yeah, on that topic of the weapons, there are actually weapons in that the devs have posted images for, and that they're pretty much just hiding in the game files that aren't in the game yet. The short sword was one of them up until this patch. There's like a magic wand. There's actually quite a few of them that aren't in the game yet. Yeah, the devs have a bunch of upcoming weapon ideas. It's not something they're missing. They just went with the basic starting set they could go with for a playtest.
Fix my trades. Alright.
Dude, I absolutely love the art style they do for the illustrations.
Oh yeah, and the loading screens and stuff.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, they must have a very talented artist because it looks great. All the class images too.
So 6 classes at the moment. Do you think there's room to add more classes? Would the community want to see more, or do you think it's pretty, you don't want to...
Oh, 100%. It's confirmed that they're going to add more too. So as I was saying, the Bard is coming soon. It's going to be their next class. They already want to do the Sorcerer, and they've confirmed pretty much their mindset is they want to bring all the classic Dungeons and Dragons classes into the game, right? So like
that is so cool.
The Druid, the Bard, Necromancer, stuff like that, right? The Paladin.
And they haven't done any lore or anything to the universe or anything, right? They've just sort of... No,
not yet. I think they're holding out on that for now.
Yeah, I could see that becoming a thing though. Like if this became a massive hit and people fell in love with the art style and the play style and everything like that, they could expand upon it, do either a campaign mode or maybe even make an MMO out of it or something.
I feel giddy. I feel like
Okay, it sounds like players got the update.
Oh, there we go. Finally, someone's in.
Make sure
Alright.
Grace and that we're good to go. I know the devs are worried about server stability. This is the first time we've ever had a private lobby in Dark and Darker, so there's lots of, just making sure it all's going to work well and not crash on us.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get some more hearts in the chat, man. We need to get some momentum back going again. This is the first time we get to see a private lobby tournament for Dark and Darker. Let's see how this goes, guys. The first of many, hopefully. Hopefully, it's going to be a fun time.
If your whole team dies, you don't get any of the points from that game. If one survives,
Yeah, if at any point you guys would like to check at the specific point of view of a specific streamer, all of the players should be streaming the tournament, so you can just look them up on Twitch, and they'll have their playstyle up, or their point of view up.
And if a mob kills you, no one gets points.
Can you lose points, Calamity?
Can you lose points? The only way you air quote lose points is if your team dies and does not extract.
I see. Okay, so you can.
Yeah, I guess basically the only way you can bank the points you've made in a match, right, is by extracting. But someone can get like 5 kills in a match and have 5 points stored in their pretty much their character, and then they don't extract in the end, and all those 5 points go to the drain. Pretty interesting rule set. That's kind of how the game does the leaderboard too, right? If you don't extract, you don't get the kills banked into your leaderboard at the end of the match. So the tournament rule set's going to be going with a similar approach here.
I see. Here's our 6 teams, by the way, guys. Sleepy Solo, I believe, is Orlanthi. Vanilla WoW Andes is like Grays and Azimus, and they're definitely the underdogs in the race. Then you got Guzu, Savix, and Stay Safe. Lobos, Distortion, and Ain Run. I'm not sure who Shaken Not Stirred is. Maybe Calamity knows. And then we got Mendo, Pico, and Yams.
So I believe Shaken Not Stirred is Katie, Fist of the Walrus, and Corey's team.
Very nice. Very nice. Who do you think's gonna win, guys? Chat, if you know any of these people, maybe they're all strangers to you.
My prediction is actually Orlanthi. Yeah, I think he's gonna win.
I think it's gonna be either Katie or Lobos, personally. No shots on the WoW Andes here, but they just don't have the practice, right?
I don't know, man. Yeah. Well, so who's Katie's team again? Let's see.
So Katie, Fist of the Walrus, and Corey Aether.
So those guys are pretty good, right? Like they probably know how strong Orlanthi is. They probably have a strategy to shut him down. I would imagine. That's what I would be thinking if I was them.
Yeah, they've played the game more than most have, so they're definitely a top runner here. But even still, I think Orlanthi, if he encounters them, he could still take out 2 of them at least and get away, I think. He's just on a different level, It's like uncomparable.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm really interested. I'm interested to see how the gear snowball is going to happen too. Who's going to get the better gear sets first? Then start basically gear diffing people every fight.
So you can already kind of see the comps, I would imagine, right? Oh wait, there's people in. Are they in?
They are in the pregame, like...
Oh, okay, so everybody's got to join in a minute.
Okay, so it looks like everyone's ready. Let's see if we can get a game going.
All right.
Thank you.
Can you see what comp they are based on just this, though? On Katie's team? What comp is this?
It looks like Katie's playing the Wizard, and then Corey's the Cleric, and Fist of the Walrus is on the Barb.
Thoughts on that comp?
So yeah, this is basically the Barb buffball build, right? They don't have any gear yet, so the Barb shouldn't be like unbeatable. But this actually, this build can snowball really hard if they get good gear on the Barb.
All right.
And it is the build that's dominating the leaderboards as of right now.
It is, okay. Guys, we are 30 seconds out, allegedly, from starting this tournament, guys. Let's go. Who should we watch? Clem or Drez, who do you want to watch? You want to watch Orlanthi Solo?
We should...
Look at all of them, man.
Oh,
Let's
this is
go.
awesome. This is so cool.
Now I'm having fun.
Oh, we've got everybody in 16 out of 8.
Let's go. This is it. History in the making. Who should we watch, Calamity?
I think it'd be more entertaining to watch the newer players first, like Stay Safe and Gusu. Just watch them get just rocked by a skeleton.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
But the moment we see PvP, we hop over.
Okay, good. Let's watch Stay Safe.
Oh shit, I didn't change.
I'm turning the volume up a little bit.
Yo, chill out.
Let me know if it's too loud,
I
chat.
told you, man.
Yo,
No, I
chat,
changed
are you
my
guys
perk,
hype?
but not,
I'm
okay,
so hecking mad already.
Paladin.
This is so fun to see like an actual
10.
private lobby of
Make sure you
teams going at
fix
it.
it for next time. Make sure you fix it next
Yeah,
round.
this is awesome.
Next round I fix it.
Yeah,
Remind me.
It took a second to start it, but
Yeah.
finally.
And shout out again
Yeah.
to the Dark and Darker devs for hooking it up, though. Private lobbies. Love
We
to
need
see it.
big
The comms chill.
We appreciate your patience,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
That was
Big
a trial and error getting it working.
Yeah. We did it.
I want to get to 5. We want to get.
All right, let's go. All
Back
right,
on the door.
just walk us through your thought process.
So off the bat, they need to find gear and get levels, because these are level 1 characters with 1 perk. And this is a long tournament. I think farming gold at first is the play, right?
Farming gold.
For sure. And it's also important to keep in mind, nobody is going to spawn with heals, so unless they have a cleric, they need to try and avoid to take damage.
Oh yeah, no one has healing items.
What comp are they playing right now with Stay Safe? Can you guys tell? Looks like Cleric.
Yep, so from the bottom left, you can see each player's portrait, basically, in the classes they're playing. So it is the buff ball party, right? We've got Savix on Cleric, Stay Safe on Wizard, and Guzu on the Barb.
There's like 2 archers down there. You can maybe kill those.
Yeah, Barbarian is probably the strongest class without perks. They are very tanky innately, lots of strength, and their perks give you raw stats, which is very powerful.
I'll clear them.
I see. What about at this low level? Is there one class that is the strongest at a low power creep? Like I would assume not Barb. I'm just guessing that Barb is the most skills the most with like weapons and gear. But
So I would actually say, oh, he just took a lot of damage. That fireball
Stay
there.
safe, blowing himself up.
Oh my god, okay, this is
Great
not
start
looking good.
already.
Solo health, man. We're all solo health.
But What I was gonna say again? Oh yeah,
You got the
this
big
class
DC
that can
guild?
start the
Yeah,
best.
you
Right? I would say
got
fighter honestly is the class that's most likely to find gear
Oh,
and everything. So I'd say
Goodness.
the fighter is actually going to be very strong at the start here. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can
so
find gear
fighter
pretty
can
easily.
wear like most of all gear and like most weapons as well, so they can get geared up quicker, which will help them a lot, I think.
I'll hit him.
Okay, so they're using a lot of the cleric's spells here to heal up. You only have limited spells at these low levels. When I was playing the other day, remember I was running out of the holy lights and the flash of lights and all that. So I wonder if that's a big deal.
Yeah, you can actually run out of spells here. So either way, they shouldn't be taking too much damage.
That's
because the
one thing to
cleric will eventually
consider,
run out.
because these are fresh characters, no one has campfires on Stay Safe's team. So they are not resting for more spells.
Yeah, for those who don't know, for the cleric, because he can't meditate to recover spells like the wizard's doing right now, the only way the cleric can recover his heals is by resting on a campfire. And they don't have any because they haven't looted any. So the cleric is gonna have to save those heals for PvP.
You want to go and hop POVs and just like check
Yeah,
out someone else?
who do you want to check out next?
Let's see what Orlanthi is up to. He's like a crowd
Orlanthi,
favorite,
the crowd
right?
favorite solo player. What's going through your mind as a solo player? If you were a solo player in this, how would you approach this? You're horribly outnumbered. There are 5 teams on the same map with 3 players. How do you have any shot? You just hide?
I think you have to farm gear and hope for a better weapon and healing like immediately. You see, he has an invisibility potion already. He can sit in a corner invisible and just let people pass him by while he farms gear as well.
He does see players at the other side of the bridge here. But basically, as a solo player, if you can get the jump on a team, that's ideal, right? That's the only way you're going to get a major advantage.
So
Looks like he's
Orlanthi
trying
is at a point in the map called Bridge, is what we call it at least. This is a very pivotal point of the map. Lots of areas come here. He's getting so much information, seeing where players are. This is a really good strategy by him to just stay in the back, look for players, and hunt some gear down.
Yeah, I'm glad we have this solo player, and it's interesting. We get a totally different strategy, right? And the fact that he's the best player, it just makes this cool to watch. I have a feeling we're going to be chilling on this POV quite a bit, so he's just ratting around looking for an opportunity.
Is any PvP happening? Can you check the other POVs?
Yeah, let's check it out. Let's see how Katie's team's doing here. Just getting started.
Can't open barrels, but you guys
Like everybody's sticking to PvE and farming loot for now.
That's a smart play, I think. Get some gear first and PvP later.
Playing that long con.
No, we're gonna
Yeah,
go.
right now, you're not really going to get rewarded for killing other players, right? Because they're not going to have anything either. So going for the loot first
Someone's close.
is definitely the play.
I think Katie's team and Orlanthi are very close together right now, because they're nearby Bridge as well. They may run into Orlanthi soon.
Oh, they actually are. Katie just saw someone through the door.
Oh, yep, there's
This
Orlanthi.
might be our first PvP right here.
It's not
No, it's not Orlanthi, I don't think. It's 2 different Dreamman parties.
The skeletons.
Is it?
if we
Okay,
aggro
good to
them
know.
in the middle of this room,
Orlanthi could rat
we
this then and
get
wait for them to
worst
fight each
nightmare.
other.
Yeah, for sure. He might be behind them. But I think... Are they going to go for it? Neither team is engaging just yet. Well, we see the start of the fight here, finally.
Here we
Oh,
go.
hit me. Careful, careful, careful. We should back up.
So they're starting to buff the barb here. Maybe we're going to see
not a
the
good place to
classic
be.
strategy.
You're protected.
Are
Oh,
you
and another
afraid
team showed up.
of
This
the
is a
dark?
3-man group. Or a 3 group.
Who set the arrows?
Careful.
You should be.
We're gonna have people come behind us. Fist.
Yeah, so buffing the barb, the usual strat. Having a 3-man fight here with the barb pushing in, if he gets caught out, it's super bad for their team.
Fist, I'm gonna buff you. Meet you within this.
Barb choosing not to push through the door just yet.
Yeah, it's a smart call for
Okay,
sure.
Fist is going in. Fist is going in.
Has the quality on the stream gone down, Carcass?
No, it wasn't on 1080 for some reason. I just switched it. It should be good now. We're in like
And the trailer's playing, by the way.
Full out fights breaking out.
Just help me.
We're being squished in.
Little war drums, guys. Get the blood pumping. Oh, a team flanking Katie's team.
Oh, yeah, they actually just got sandwiched here. And the barb went down. Oh, Katie just got trapped.
Oh no,
This
a
might be
hunter
it.
trap on the
I'm
bridge.
trying to tell you guys.
Katie
that
goes
we're
down to
finished, and
the Ranger's trap.
That's unfortunate.
And the buff ball barb team just got completely wiped.
I knew I called the trap and died to a trap.
We had to
Isn't
push
that
forward, but
something?
it's like we literally.
Who
had two
ended up
separate
killing her?
teams
Sorry, I
and
was.
circles.
No, we needed to go
fixing the
back.
scene.
We needed to go back.
It was
Fuck,
Pico
did
that
you guys
ended
hear me
up
at all
killing
during
her.
that? Was
And
that
Pico's
me?
actually doing really well here.
Oh my god.
He's by himself
Yeah.
killing all these players here.
A bridge
Oh
trap
my
in the
God, I
shadows
muted
there
my-
was
if
so
anyone
smart by
had said
whoever laid
something, I
that.
would have unmuted.
It was great.
I
And
tried
Pico
to
actually ended up
guys.
getting 4 kills there by himself. No, 5. Yeah, he got 5 kills there.
The fight.
and his cleric killed him up to full, doing very well.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted to. I recommended that we leave the room and go behind us and then circum around the
Yeah, that was a really
cloud
smart play.
into the other side,
Two
but
things real fast, Cargos. Katie's volume is on, and the
nobody heard that,
widescreen
everyone was
POV was
fighting.
slightly
I was trying to make
being
calls,
covered
and-
by like the cinematic
yeah,
bars.
Great. This is
Yeah, I got you.
And I walked into a hunting
appreciate
trap.
it.
I walked into a hunting trap. Yeah.
So
Okay.
first blood right there.
Yeah, first blood. Katie's team wiped out, and Mindo down from
Wait, why is
Pico's
Stay Safe
team.
out? Did Stay Safe
Did
die
Stay
as well?
Safe get wiped by PvE? Oh no, what happened to Stay Safe?
I wonder. He's looking at our stream. It's Streamception.
Up to someone else then. Yeah, I guess they must have wiped the PvE.
Wipe the PV. I hate to see it. Okay, let's check in with Guzu right now. This is. Wait, Guzu
This
was
is
on Stay
Graves.
Safe Saint, so he's probably. Oh,
Yeah,
no, no, no,
so
no.
Stay Safe's team's wiped. This is Grace for days.
Our team is
Campfire
like,
can't help me though.
they need to buff me and then I need to go in. That's like what our team is.
Berlanti's still doing fine though. He's actually got some armor already.
Yeah, he's just looting up. He's playing it so smart.
I feel like given I can recharge and
He might end up running into Pico's team here and having to fight it out with them.
the longer
Yeah,
the
comms
fight
were
lasts,
off.
the better.
Oh wow, Guzu got a kill actually. So Guzu was in the fight at Bridge. I don't know why we blanked on that so hard. So it was Stay Safe's team and Katie's team and Pico's team.
Yeah, so I guess Safe team is the team that tried to third party
Yeah.
Hades. Came in from the side.
I mean, props to them for even trying it, right? They're the newer players in the tournament.
Yeah, true.
And Guzu did get a kill.
I think he actually killed the barbarian from Katie's team.
Oh, he's trying to.
So he actually won in the Barb versus Barb.
He's got the perk.
So Gray's team, I don't know if they're actually better than we thought, but all three of them still alive. They're hanging in there.
Make sure to get your Giga heal.
Yeah, Gray's team still being alive is like good to see because they're definitely newer players as well.
2 teams.
They're getting looted up. So is Orlanthe.
Let's check in with Orlanthe, God Gamer. Let's see what he's up to. Let's see if he's still hiding in the shadows.
Oh yeah, he's just hiding and looting.
Use the crystal sword? No, I can't.
Make sure you mute the stream tabs, Cargo.
Yeah, he is north of Pico's team right now, so he might actually end up meeting with them when Pico's team moves into zone, because they actually have to go into him if you look at where the zone is on the minimap. So we might see a last minute fight here.
I'm very
Orlanthe
curious
Pico.
if Pico's team grabbed Mindo's soul. They could go for a resurrection. 'Cause there is one nearby as well.
Okay, well the good news is nobody has escaped yet, and there's only like 3.
Oh,
people
and
left.
here it is.
Oh.
The teams haven't met
We're
up.
not actually like we didn't get points, but we're not looking bad.
Orlanthe choosing to avoid fighting there. Pretty smart. And he's got an escape portal.
Is he gonna go down a layer?
Oh,
On
he's
the first
choosing to
game?
go down right away.
He's going
That's a ballsy play on a level 1
Interesting.
fighter
Wait, so he's
with
gonna,
no
he's gonna
ranged
try to
weapons.
solo the boss or what?
solo.
He's not going for a boss, I don't think. I think he's just gearing up.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think he just wants to get better
Yeah, he's
loot.
going down at level 1 with no gear, no healing.
Yeah.
Those mobs are probably worth high.
Well, he's staying out of harm's way, right? Maybe his strategy is just to dodge a lot of these people and loot them and.
Oh, he did have an escape portal, like right there next to the down portal. He still chose to take the down portal. So I think it's a strategy. It's a deliberate strategy to go down and get more.
Yeah, I think so
geared
too.
up.
I think a big of our like a big part of our team.
Azimos' team farming the
and
champion.
then buffing me up and then letting me frontline.
The champion has a chance to drop very good loot here, so this is
With this comp.
this might be worth it for them.
No, we're gonna be better. So these guys are just fighting this.
This one, another one of the advantages of the ranger class here when it comes to when you're starting out, right? He's got a lot easier time dealing with a PvE than any other class. Oh, is Pico gonna die to the zone? Oh, that was so close.
So close. They got out nice.
Okay, so that's
So Pico's team just secured all those points they got from killing both Stay Safe team and Katie's team, which is huge. Cargos, just mute the stream. Don't even leave it on low volume. It's like kind of a
Oh, is the volume messed up? Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
we'll just
Just
mute
mute the volume.
You're probably just gonna have to mute the player streams.
it. Yeah, all good.
So Lobo and Dumbledore here, looking rough for them. They don't actually have escapes where they are. And there's only one escape in Grace team here.
Yo, White Gray's team's in horrible shape. What happened? They just were
Yeah,
crumbling.
the Skeleton Champ is still alive. They only have one escape over there. They're all low. This might actually be the end of their run here.
Grace could try going down a layer, but there's a portal open. He can make it out.
Okay, yeah, Graze is out. Grace can just take that
So
escape.
Gray's team secured some money at least. Not a complete loss. And now Orlanthe is going to be down below.
Still waiting there by himself.
Just chilling.
Okay. I think unfortunately we're going to be waiting for Orlanthe to finish here before round 2 starts. That's fine. We can see him get some good loot from the downstairs layer. So for some reason, when we watch the Pico stream, their health bar gets covered up. I'm not sure if that's on Pico's end or ours, because I don't see any other streams getting covered up like that.
Interesting. So we're on Lobos right now. Haven't checked in with him for a bit. He's looking at Orlanthe.
Okay, so Orlanthe is very familiar with dealing with the PvE here when you go down.
So
right now, the room he's in has it's pretty vertical. It has basically you can go downstairs, and there's a lot of these individual rooms. Oh, he's in a rough spot here. He actually took a lot of damage to that elite skeleton.
Yeah, going down on level 1.
He's backed up against the corner.
Definitely risky. A good door close. Very close.
Well, he is actually on very low HP here. Does he have any heals? I wonder. Probably not, right?
It's very unlikely. He'd be healing right now if he did have some.
So he's going to be stuck at this level of HP here. Yeah, and he doesn't have any ranged weapons to deal with any PvE either, so it's pretty risky.
Yeah, very unlucky not finding a longbow. If he had ranged weapons here, he'd be in a lot better shape.
Sooner or later, he does have to go downstairs, start clearing that floor, so he can start heading towards the zone. Oh, he just found a campfire.
Nice,
that might
a
be
green
the heal.
campfire. That's huge.
Yeah, that is the heal he was looking for, and that actually also brings his second wind ability back. So the second wind ability, it's on his E right now. You can see, it's usually a single use ability, but it can be brought back with a green campfire or 2 lower tier campfires, right? So you're gonna see as the campfire ticks, his skill's gonna come back. And that basically gives him 50% of his HP when he activates it with healing over time. Very clutch find there on that chest.
Yeah, talk about lucky. That's huge. So I wonder, depending on how the circle RNG goes, he may have to cross the boss room on his own, and not being a ranger or a rogue means he opens the doors very, very slowly. Do you think he can safely cross the boss room and get out?
So it's actually depending on which boss it is. If it's the Lich, he's pretty good to just go and open the door and just run to the door and open it. You have a lot of time against the Lich. But the Ghost King, he actually has this attack where he just teleports on top of you. And I'm not sure... Orlanthe's probably familiar with it, with how experienced he is with the game. So he's going to have to be careful to not get hit by it if it's the Ghost King. And he just found a crossbow. This is huge. This is a ranged weapon that he can actually use.
Blue crossbow too at that. That's so lucky for him.
Yeah. So he's already been rewarded for taking the down portal right away. We were talking about how getting good gear first means you can snowball pretty much and just get
and the
huge
Pavis.
advantages.
This is Orlanthe's bread and butter right here.
Yeah,
He's so happy
loves
about
using
it.
the Pavis.
It's GG. He has Pavis. Game over. His chat's going crazy.
Hey, what is it? What did you get?
So
Pavis.
Pavis, it's a shield you can place on the ground, and it's basically Orlanthe's favorite item in the game.
It's in his name right now. Look at it, Pavis God.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Pavis. There used to be a bug with it that he has a video on. Basically, you could place a Pavis on top of another Pavis, and then grab the Pavis below it, and just go up as much as you can.
So
and he used that bug to get out of the map. It was pretty funny.
Interesting. It looks like everybody's just watching Orlanthe though. So is he the only one alive in the library who hasn't bailed out?
Yep, it's only Orlanthe left because he went down. Everyone else either escaped or died.
And this is kind of weird, right? So he can just stay down there as long as he wants, or?
There's a timer in the bottom
Oh,
right. He has 5 minutes left.
Okay.
The zone's gonna close, so he does eventually have to leave. But since everybody else took a down portal, they are stuck watching him for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't blame him, man. There's real money on the line, right? It's 2.5K. He's taking his sweet time, getting every second. So, do you think he's in a pretty good spot here overall, comparatively to the other teams? I mean, he's still a solo player, but he's picked up some pretty nice items here, and
Yeah, he's got great gear, and because the other teams probably still have around starter gear, he's gonna have a big advantage, even though he is solo.
Yeah, he's in a very good spot right now. If I was the other teams, I'd be hunting Orlanthi. Because him having this gear is not
It's not ideal.
not a
for
good place to
anybody else.
be. Yeah.
He actually got a pretty lucky zone here too. He didn't have to walk around the map too much. He got the zone to close more or
Yeah.
less where he spawned.
Very, very good luck for Orlanthi. Didn't have to walk in the boss room either.
Yeah, right now he's just
Additionally,
smoothing up.
because of the harder mobs in layer 2, he gets more experience as well. So he may leave this game at level 5 already.
And for those of you who don't know, the reason that matters is when you get to level 5, and then 10, and then 15, you unlock additional perk slots. And for the fighter, it's not such a big deal because he's not very perk reliant. But some of the classes, they get a huge power spike from unlocking an additional perk slot. Right, so XP and leveling fast is actually going to be a factor here in this tournament.
Yeah, I can kill the skeleton night trap now. How long is the tournament for? A little bit.
I'm very curious what levels the other players got. I don't think any of them killed enough monsters to hit level 5, right?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, you basically have to milk as much XP out of the match as possible to get level 5 from the first match. Which is what Orlanthi's doing, so he might actually get it. But for the other players, since they took the first escape portal, probably not.
he looks just so comfortable with the combat, man. In the few games I played, it felt so clunky, right? Like you just don't have the ebb and flow down. Dude is just in his element right now.
I'm very curious how much money he gets out with and what he uses it for. Do you buy merchant gear, I wonder, in this tournament, or do you buy potions?
So for the fighter, because he actually gets huge armor rating from his armor, and right now he's only got the starter piece chest, he might actually use that money to buy a chest armor from the merchant. Okay, it's the Lich, so he should have more than enough time here to open this portal and get out. Because the Lich has to go through this whole animation of raising the skeletons, right? Yeah, he's actually choosing to walk out of the room, so the skeletons go back down. Yep, see?
And he's out, nice. There's no shot he does Lich, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, he was just having fun.
Alright, now chat.
Okay, and everyone's out of the lobby. While we're waiting on the next game to start, Cargos, either you have a game open or someone's stream's audio is on, but players are hearing the in-game music somewhere.
Oh,
He's
yes.
only level 2 as well.
Yeah, we do have the in-game music playing like very softly in the background at like 10%. We could just totally turn it off if people think it sounds weird.
Then yeah, let's go ahead and turn it off. I think it's just low enough to be distracting, but not like...
Gotcha.
Okay, so he made how much gold? Around 200? I'm very, very surprised. He's only level 2? That almost seems like an issue to me in a way. Wouldn't he be higher level doing level 2 and killing all those mobs?
Yeah, I don't quite get what the XP really is about. We don't have the specific numbers. I would bet that he would have gotten like at least level 3 for that, but
No, I thought so as well, but I guess he didn't kill enough mobs. Okay.
There he is. He's thinking about buying chest armor with the money he just made to go into a new raid with it.
And a spear as well, maybe? A long-reach weapon will help him a lot. There's a blue felling axe in the marketplace for him as well.
Should we check on the leaderboard? I'm kind of curious to see how the dust settled.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think I buy that.
Looks like there's 5 kills for Mendo, Pico, and Yams.
Now I can buy pots too.
Nice. They secured all the kills that round.
Orlando didn't get any kills that first round. As much as he got gears, or as much as he got geared up, he didn't actually get any kills.
Yeah, so Pico's team looking very good at 5 kills already. So I mean, this is a match about getting points. So Orlanthe's gonna have to catch up and like wipe entire lobbies basically. If he keeps playing safely.
Or is there a PvE approach, or maybe he just knows the bosses so well that he can just go and try to solo the bosses, and or is this the type of game where you can't even solo the bosses? You really definitely need
As
to.
a fighter, there's no way he solos it.
Yeah, basically, because of the way the mechanics work for both the Lich and the Ghost King, it's very unlikely you're ever going to be able to solo them. It's probably not going to happen. So for Alanthe, going for the bosses, I would bet is not a plan. But for every other team that's got a group going, it is actually a strategy. All right, everybody's on the lobby again. 16 out of 18, and we're starting up.
Hell yeah. Nice to see these nice, quick mid-game transitions. Get everyone back in as soon as possible. So I wonder what gear the other players picked up, like Pico and Grace for days. Can we check in on them first?
On who, sorry?
On Pico and Grace for days.
Yeah, their
Pico and
teams.
Grace for days.
Because they both made it out with gold as well, so I'm curious what they purchased with it.
And I know there was a Barb in one of the teams too that made it out with decent looking gear. Some people have already started to basically get out of that elo hell of not having any gear.
I still can't believe Orlanthe went down game 1. It's like blowing my mind. I expected him to do it game 2 or 3, but game 1 with no healing.
Yep.
Such
Very
a risky move, and it paid off completely for him.
And because we're going with 7 games here, not necessarily like a timer, I think we're gonna have Orlanthe going down pretty much every time, just milking
I agree.
as much as he can out of each game.
If he can survive the first one, he can do more.
Yeah, he's gonna do it every game for sure.
So it's looking like the players who survived opted to keep what they found, but not spend much of their money. Which I think is a good call, right? Save it for a few games and like all in with your whole team.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you don't want to risk everything into this one run, right? Because if you end up dying to a different team, you're just back to square one when other teams have gear, which is going to be really bad.
Yeah, it's almost like playing, I want to say like Counter-Strike. You have like eco rounds and spin rounds. You want to spin with your entire team, right? You don't want to go in geared to your teammates being like in fully in graze.
Exactly.
Can we check in on Lobos and Pico? We've not seen much of them either.
Absolutely.
Okay, so they're looting Mummy Room. Mummy Room is really good because you can get bandages, higher chances for rings and amulets. And they're also... Oh, this room here is so scary.
Yeah, this room is one of the new rooms they added this patch, and it's got some of the most PvE out of any room you can get in this floor. So this might actually be a bad choice of them to try and clear this.
It's a
It takes
very
a
scary
long
room.
time. They do have some synergy going here in Lobo's team, though. The Ranger, he starts out with a campfire in his starting kit, so he can actually put a campfire down for his cleric whenever he needs to recover his heal spells.
Yeah, and having a ranger helps a lot with clearing the PvE, because you can safely sit back and just poke all the mobs down. Do we have a single rogue in this tournament, actually? I don't think anyone's playing a rogue.
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet. That sucks for all the rogues out
PvP
there.
on Orlanthe? Can we swap views?
Can you run into your own traps? Yes. Oh.
I think he's hearing players right now.
Yeah, tournament's on right now. They are alright, they only aggro to one.
So he's like stealthing around with his loud clanking metal armor. Do we know what team he's fighting right now? Let me look at my my streams.
I think he's just staying put right now, trying to maintain a good position here. Holding the angle with the crossbow.
Oh, so Guzo's team has encountered Lobos.
Oh, so there's a PvP fight going on.
Poke, just poke.
Guzu, oh, you gotta move.
Oh,
Stay
they're
safe.
sitting in opposite sides of
Yep,
the
opposite
PvE
sides.
room here.
Open this door so we can use it as a list.
Yeah, actually, it is really scary to cross that room to try and get into melee range. So it's going to be a little rough of an engagement here for Guzu if they decide to take it.
I
Barb's
think
not
they're
going to be able
opting to
do
run
much.
away. They have less ranged characters than compared to Lobos. No ranger, only one wizard.
Yeah, that is the smart choice here.
Stop griefing. Oh, yeah, that's my fault.
Has Orlanthe found his prey yet?
You might blast him.
There's no way Guzu fights this, right?
Yeah, their team is actually choosing to take that fight with the long-range wizard spells. It might work out for them, but unlikely.
Bars, that's so depressing.
Oh, I think Orlanthe's plan was to clear the church room through the window there, but the crossbow bolt is actually shooting the bars. So there is the player he's been looking at. Now he's just trading shots with them.
That's good.
I believe that's Pico's team that Orlanthe's fighting currently. They have a cleric, a fighter, and a ranger. That's gonna be a very uphill fight for Orlanthe, having to deal with
If you're the other
a
team, though,
fighter
right,
in
isn't
melee,
this
a
the worst
ranger in
case
the back,
scenario?
and a healer.
Yeah, especially when the
If you're the other team, though, isn't this
The
worst
fighter's
case
getting
scenario?
buffed
You
up.
don't want to trade pot shots with Orlando. Don't you want to bum rush him as 3? You just got to all commit, right? It's
yeah,
3v1.
probably. And Orlanthe's
Orlanthe's
getting
going
really
down,
rough
maybe?
here. Oh, he went
Orlanthe just
down.
lost all that gear. Oh no.
The Pavis.
That's going to be a big boost for their fighter there to get that spear and that armor from Orlanthe. And the ranger maybe to get that crossbow. That was a very bad outcome there for
Graze for
Orlanthe.
Day just killed like 10 people. What's going on with Graze right now?
What?
And there
Oh.
he goes.
Finally went down.
What's his teammates? Azimos and Rockman? So Graze for Days came in and cleaned up Guzu's team and Lobos' team.
Unfortunately, though, he didn't extract. Unless he gets res, all of those points are going down the drain. And Asma's chasing down Guzu there, finishing up with the rapier. So, Gray's team should actually be looking for a res here. That's a very, that would
If
be
he can get out, though, this room is so deadly.
he doesn't end up getting out. And I don't think the mobs can go up the stairs. And there it is.
Fight happening on Katie's stream?
Rosman is rezzing the barb, I think. Nope, he canceled it.
So Katie fighting again on the bridge, same place they died last time.
Winding up the fireball.
I'm really trying not to get
Going in, Alex is going in, Alex is going in.
The barb going in.
We get back up, man.
I can't back up.
Oh, Katie's actually getting stuck there on the cleric. Took a lot of damage there.
Yep. Oh, what got her?
The longbow.
The longbow.
Mendo actually hit.
Nice shot from Mendo.
Good shot.
These guys are playing super well.
No, he wants to look at the fight.
Oh yeah,
Corey's
Mendo's
now
team
all
is
alone.
pumping.
He wants to look at the fight. Get on the door.
So they have to either fight here or push through the wall and reposition.
They're in a really bad spot, and Mendo actually cleaning up with that longbow, getting the third kill too. So Mendo getting 3 kills down to Katie's team. Katie's team was actually a big favorite, but they're doing pretty bad. They've died twice in a row here. They got wiped by the other teams.
It is so good to see a skilled ranger in this game just popping headshots over and over. That's a very scary thing to deal with in this dungeon.
Yeah, for sure. Pico's team is actually looking like big favorites now. They've already done well 2 games in a row. Now,
Oh yeah,
all
they
that's
looted up
left is to
Orlanthe,
track.
they wiped Katie's team. That's really good for them.
Yeah, this is actually a private server.
Azimos and Rockman trying to find a revive for Graze for Days.
Alright. Now, what's
Yeah, but Graze for Days team got like 5 kills as well.
get a plan?
I wish we could like
They
insta
did.
replay and see what Graze did to kill like 5 people.
I'm wondering whether they know where to find a resurrection spot here, because that's going to be a big factor here to winning the tournament if they can get these 5 kills banked in right from Graze. Oh, but
Oh,
they've
they've-
encountered another team.
Yeah, that must be Mendo's team, right?
Yep, it's going to be the big engagement.
I think
It
if
looks
you're
like they're
Asimos here,
choosing
you
to
need to just
run
run
away.
away. Just run.
Yeah,
You don't win this fight 3v2.
definitely a wise choice. Mendo getting buffed up by the cleric, taking this fight slowly here.
Yeah, the team that killed me played really good. But now this guy is my crossbow, which sucks.
I think someone on Asimos' team just made it out alive through an escape portal.
Yeah, I saw that too. I wonder who that was.
Looked like a Rockman escaped.
Yeah, Roxman.
Asimos
Oh,
goes
but
down the
Asimos goes
archers.
down.
Unfortunate.
So they're not going to end up getting those kills banked. So Pico looking pretty
Well, I
favored
think as
here.
long as Rockman escaped, they should get their points, right? Because one player did escape with it.
Is that how it works? So if one member of the team escapes, the entire kills for
Let
the
me
team
double check the
get
rule
banked?
wording. Cringe caster doesn't know her own rules. Let's see.
Yo, we need these guys to die. Like, they have like 5 kills.
Yeah. Oh! Asimos is alone though, right? Oh, so they got no team. They got nothing.
Yeah, so as long as one player escapes, you get your points.
Okay, perfect.
So Rockman getting out secured Grace for Days' kills.
So it's not looking too bad for them. They still didn't get out with their gear, and now back to square zero. But at least they banked those very important points here to go towards winning the tournament.
A lot, I think. But I mean, we'll see. Really? They're probably gonna make
Yeah,
a lot.
is there a way, Cargos, for like an insta replay on like
We just
what
have to
Grace
get
for Days did?
we just have to get clips. If people can help us scout out some cool clips.
Yeah, we'd probably have to go back on the VOD of the streamers, right?
Yeah, I'm casting or I'm moving in or I'm buffing or like move away or something like that. Just call up stuff. We got this. This was our warm-up rounds.
That's right.
Yeah, if anyone in chat has clips of Grace for Days massacring those two teams, we could definitely go watch it real fast.
What class is Grace playing?
He was a
He's the
barbarian,
barb.
Oh wow.
and he had a Swyhander. He probably walked in there and started cleaving people down.
Alright, next round, we're gonna keep it chat, okay? Next round's the one.
Okay, so I've actually got the VOD right here. I posted on our chat here.
You got the
You wanna?
clip? Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
it's
bring it up.
timestamped. It's timestamped in the VOD if you want to go check it out while we're waiting for the Pico's team to escape.
For sure, okay.
It may go down a layer. Yo, Pico's team went down.
Yeah, if they go down, that's smart because they definitely need as much money as they can get. Milk each game for every possible gold.
Alright, we're watching the Grace clip here. I'm turning the volume up.
Here they are. Go, 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 go.
I buffed you. Keep running.
He has some frame rate issues on his stream, but
I got 3, all 3.
Go, go, go. Go, fight. Don't be afraid.
Go, boys, go.
Fucking him up. Fuck him up, man.
I'm fucking him up.
He's trying so hard to swing. Yo, we're just cutting them all down.
Big heal. Come
This is where the Swyhander shines.
Oh my god.
I'm using my ration.
Yo, shout out to his cleric, keeping him up there.
Yes.
I'm coming.
You're going crazy, Gray.
Grace, yes.
I love Grace.
Oh my gosh.
Crouch, Gray.
Okay, I'm
Crouch.
crouched.
He's on that 15 FPS life, bro.
That was insane.
You went crazy. Let's go back.
Okay,
No
loot
more
all the
fighting.
corpses maybe? Or there's more PvP, no?
Oh, yes, there is. All right, let me buff you. I'm gonna do one more AoE heal.
Wait,
then
the
we go.
circle isn't here. The circle.
Come
Let's
here.
go to the circle.
Come here. No, we're fine.
I think they're looting. I'm coming.
Listen, stay with me. I'm AoE healing, and we're gonna push.
Okay.
Let me finish this heal, and we push on them. Use protection.
Oh, the big
potions
sanctuary
now.
heal. Not many people run this spell.
Let's go.
But having
Yeah,
it here
it's
with no
spell.
campfires is kind of a good play,
Okay,
actually.
north. Did they loot our
They're
mobs?
scared and afraid. We kill them. Go.
You want me to run
We're
forward?
scared
Yes,
and
go.
afraid.
They're scared and afraid.
I
and
love
we are
Rockman.
men.
I'm going right. Okay,
I'm left.
they're running back. We're cornering them. I'm just gonna fuck them up.
Yes, do it.
Another one.
One down.
Decapitating
No!
Stacy.
Yeah, baby.
That's what I'm talking about, Gray.
Oh shit, I'm down.
That's okay.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That's a great team, man. I love their dynamic.
It is,
Rockman
yeah,
and
that's
Grace.
awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he's having some frame rate issues, but that was still pretty cool to watch, man.
Okay, so Mindo's team just looting up the hell level, getting some nice golden experience. Is there a certain player, I wonder? Do you like focus gear on the one person, or do you spread it out to everyone?
So in a team like this, right, with a ranger, fighter, cleric, it's pretty important that the fighter has good armor, and it's really important that the ranger has a good bow. Cleric, not so much as far as like armor and weapons go, as he's supposed to stay in the back line and pretty much just keep his teammates alive, right? So if you had to funnel gear, you would funnel like pretty much most of everything to the fighter, and then a good bow to the ranger. But outside of that, it's mostly going to be everybody equipping what they find. If I'm guessing right here, they're not really going to share their gear if they find good gear for themselves.
Yeah, cleric, unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for the tournament, has very good like base stats for healing. They don't need much outside some more knowledge and willpower just to get a bit more oomph, but like I think stacking on your damage classes and just letting Mindo one-tap people with headshots can be very powerful.
Yeah, for sure. Now that Pico got that gear from Orlanthe, he's looking very strong.
Oh yeah, a blue crossbow on Pico? Terrifying. I wish we could like inspect people and see their gear. I'm very curious what they're rocking right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they might die in hell. I think there's pretty low chances of that, but they could get.
See, how's the leaderboard looking? It's not been updated yet, it looks like.
They'll probably update it after the round.
Because I imagine Gray's team is probably tied now with Pico. No, because they killed Orlanthe and someone else, didn't they? So yeah, Pico's team, if they live here, they could still die.
I mean, unless
is going to be very far ahead, I think.
I just can't. I think I've put myself too hard in learning how to ranger to cleric well enough in a tournament off of very little.
I do have a key actually, Drez, but I don't think Cargos does.
Okay. Do you have it on a separate account that you could go into so you can do the strats?
I think we can do it next tournament. This time it's going to be too hard to set up, right? Because I think he would need to die in-game.
I mean, all it would take is just like a game capture, right? I mean, it's pretty easy. You just go wizard, just fireball yourself, and then we can get an in-game spectator.
True. I can try setting that up real fast so we can get some in-game spectating going.
I think it's easy
if you
enough
two don't mind
to-
holding down the fort here for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm talking about like, because that leaderboard goes based off total kills, goes based like there's different categories.
Well, yeah, he's in all of them.
The zone's looking pretty rough here for Pico's team. They might have to go into the boss room if they're trying to all escape together here. For those who don't know, it takes a long time for escape portals to spawn when you go down a level into the hell floor. And they might spawn inside of the boss room. So their team is going to have to basically just hold the line while someone opens the portals in the middle room so they can all get out. He might die to the boss. That's pretty risky.
You know what? No, you're right. He got killed by this.
It's not like every other playtest had literal cheaters on every single leaderboard. I'm sure this time
Is he a cheater?
clean. No, don't. That's not funny. I'm not calling Orlanthe a cheater. I'm saying that in every other playtest, there have been cheaters on those leaderboards, so it's hard for me to take them seriously. That's all.
How are people cheating though?
I don't think Orlanthe is a cheater, though.
So I don't think she's right. All the cheaters that were high up on the leaderboard got detected by the devs, because basically the devs do look into people that are getting kills fast, right, and going up on the leaderboard fast, and they do try and get rid of cheaters. That was a very big thing last playtest. This playtest, on like the top pretty much 50, there's no cheaters as far as I know. Definitely not in the top 10. Unless they're, using like very hard to detect cheating. But they're definitely not going around in lobbies and just one-shotting, speed hacking everyone. That's definitely not a possibility.
Oh, gotcha. That's good to know that they're staying on top of it.
Yeah, the devs have actually been doing a pretty good job. So look at that. That's the Ghost King teleport attack I was talking about, right? So that's what makes it hard to escape sometimes if the zone closes in the middle room. But Pico's team actually handled it very well there.
Alright, let me see what my merchants have. No halberd. Okay.
It's like they all escaped pretty much.
So Orlanthi coming off a death like that, he's checking his merchants and stuff like that.
What's good is he does have a little bit of gold left over from that first win he had. So he's not back to square one completely.
Yeah, and most players should have some decent XP saved up now. Do we see any level 5s currently? Or still like level 2s and 3s?
Yeah, Orlanthi's level 3 right now. Maybe Pico's team might be doing good on levels.
Yeah, so I think to get an in-game spectator, we would need a new key from the devs or from Cargos to have some way for me to host my game into his OBS.
You just have to like share your screen or something, and I could capture it from that. Okay, the leaderboard got updated. Let's go check out the leaderboard. So this is the end of round 2, correct?
Yes, correct, yeah.
Okay, so let's see what we're looking at here.
Actually, some pretty exciting news too. I don't know who this is exactly, but on Fist of the Walrus' team, someone just switched to Rogue. So now we're gonna have an actual Rogue in the tournament.
Interesting.
Oh,
I
very
wonder
cool.
why.
Bro, Vanilla WoW Andes with 6 kills. 5 of which were from Craze for Days. I would never have
I'm
expected
honestly
that.
amazed because these guys are like super new to the game.
Yeah. So, I mean, Orlanthi was kind of the fan favorite, right? And he's playing solo, and he is one of the best players right now. But he did lose all the gear he got in round 1.
He's got 0
round-
kills ranked up right now.
Yeah, and 0 kills. So that's looking rough.
Okay, we will have the in-game spectate for next round. It's currently updating my my private build lobby.
Okay, perfect. And then I think you can just select a wizard and basically just kill yourself first thing. Then yeah, you're gonna be able to spectate people.
They'll say when. We're just ready so that you can just click it whenever.
Yeah, I'm very curious if Orlanthi is like gonna change his strategy or like keep trying to rat and go for more gear. It's very hard to be solo as a fighter against all these teams.
I mean that team is
Yeah,
very
especially whenever the other teams have
like
rangers, it just basically makes it much harder to 1v3 any team that has a ranger, because they don't have the obligation to push you, right? They can just let their ranger slowly chip you out.
Wait, they got 6? I only saw 4.
While we're eating a healthy-looking meal-prepped meal right there, a little chicken brock.
Tied for 3rd place. Because I guess
It's important to food buff in real life as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
Do some IRL campfires.
remember seeing 6 kills.
Is that a Viking helmet?
Yeah, he's equipping a... It's like he pulled that straight out of the game client.
I wonder how much stats that gives you. Okay, we should be queuing up for game 3 now. It's around this point I think most players are going to have some decent gear saved up, maybe some healing potions. And we can really see some fights come online, like full consumes.
Bro, we're in sync.
We're so synced.
Savage, pick a number, 1 to 10.
So, Cargos, as someone who is newer to Dark and Darker, how are you just enjoying watching it?
I think having you guys here is really great. It's helping, you know, anytime you have a question, you guys just answer it so nicely. It's I'm getting into it, man. I think it's really a fun-looking game. I could see myself playing it.
Yeah, I think it has the soul and the spirit that most games are missing. These devs are so just in tune with the vision and the goal of what they want, and you can feel it in every little detail. There's so much love like packed into it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, I talked about this before on my own stream before, that like games start for me with the art style passing the vibe check. Like the art style of a game, I don't know why it matters to me so much, but for some people it's the opposite, right? Like the arts, if the game's good, they don't need the art style to be that great. They just want to play a good game. For me, the art style is so important, and I think it fits the bill with that. The game looks beautiful, and it's you know, very inspired feeling. So enjoying it all.
Yeah, the soul of the game is something the devs have focused on from the very start, and that's what they made sure to get done correctly for the playtests.
All right, here we go. Starting game number 3. Let's see if Orlanthe changes his playstyle. Some people in the chat said that he's going to try to do something like that.
I saw he already has like a full stack of healing potions, so he went and spent some of his money and bought healing potions, which is huge, right? Because he has like no healing. I wonder if he bought like camping kits.
He might be going for more aggressive plays now, right? Because he tried the very passive strat, building up some econ and stuff like that. But now that he's behind, he might be taking a lot more risks.
Yeah, if I was Orlanthe, I'd be ratting so hard to sit in the shadows, crossbow out, and wait for people to pass you by. Just shoot them. Because you can't win head on.
Yeah, he has to use those rat strategies, right? Otherwise, he's not really going to do well. He actually had a chest in his starting room. That's something with the new spawns. This did not used to happen. It's pretty good. Yeah, you can see how difficult it is to kill PvE with the starting gear. Just how many hits it takes from an arming sword to kill these mummies. This is something that gets a lot easier when you get better gear.
Just check in with Gray's Mr. 15 frame rate.
Why is Gray's frames so low?
Oh my god.
He's probably not optimized the stream settings for a new game.
I should have got that other chest.
But this is the second place team currently, so.
I'm keeping an eye out for PvP.
Second place team, second lowest FPS.
Yeah.
Hey, PvP incoming! It's Orlanthe!
It's Orlanthe!
No. Did he run?
They're so scared.
He has nothing.
Fight him, he has nothing. Rockman, Giga Chad.
He wants
Charging
to
him.
kill him, but we
You got a
kill
skelly
him.
behind you.
Oh god.
Did we chase him or no?
Kill that skelly, and Orlanthe's stuck in there, okay?
Orlanthe's stuck in there.
They've actually got the door locked down now. Orlanthe can't get out without going into them.
Do it.
Oh, is there no way out of that room? Gray's gonna break down the door.
Oh my.
I'm backing up.
Orlanthe killed the lights, they can't see him.
Watch him
Oh, they
murder
can
them
because of the
1v3.
potion.
Orlanthe, murder him, Orlanthe.
I'm backing out.
Murder him, Orlanthe.
Gray's running for his life, scared of the dark.
Kill him! He's afraid!
He's fucking me up.
He may kill Gray's.
This is so good, bro. He's fucking me up. If Orlanthe 1v3's in the starter gear.
Come on, take him down.
He's blocking every attack. He's built diff. He kills Gray's.
He got Grace. Oh, he immediately goes down.
Killed Orlanthe. Damn.
So him
That was
killing
such
the
a
lights.
good try by Orlanthe.
Yeah, it
That was
was.
so
That's a
good.
good try. Wow.
It was actually a great strategy there, killing the lights. But
Killing the
unfortunately,
lights.
he didn't take away the health pot from his pockets. So the barb was still able to see him. He had half the strat.
Yeah, if he had like stood in that doorway, I think, and took him on one at a time, Orlanthe may have killed all 3 of them.
So he did everything he could, right? Killed the lights, tried to even the playing field as much as possible. Actually ended up killing 1v3. I think that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I think it was very unlucky spawns to have the solo players spawn by them.
If he had the gear from the start with that shield you were talking about that was so strong, you think he actually could have 1v3 them?
Oh yeah, if he had the gear he had, he would have beat them, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he was missing
he
out
had
on
the
so
double
much
up.
armor, like a better weapon, like he had no ranged attacks.
He was doing no damage to the barb. The barb would have been long dead if he had that spear that he bought in the first game.
Yeah,
I
that's
see.
so unlucky. But he did take out Grays, so Rockman and Asmos are down their frontliner.
Unfortunately, that doesn't help Orlanthe much. It only
Yeah, unlucky.
messes with the other team. Yeah, Orlanthe had a very good plan, right, to turn off the lights, but for those of you who don't know, and Orlanthe, I think he forgot about it. If you have shield protection pots or health pots in your pockets, they actually glow in the dark, and it makes it possible to track down your character even though all the lights are off. And Orlanthe forgot to take off his healing pots, and he was actually glowing in the dark. And that's the only reason the barb was able to keep up with him and hit him a little bit whenever the
So-
lights were off.
Can we tab over to Katie's stream and let's not mention what's happening in case people are watching the stream on the teams?
Yeah, for sure.
Just look at this and see what they're doing right now.
They're not keeping track of who's who.
This, if it works, is gonna be so good.
They're setting up a trap or something? Like they're up in the air ready to pounce on somebody?
What did I just say, Cargos? Yeah. Yeah, so if someone comes in here, this is gonna be...
Yeah, we need him.
I
That's an
doubt they'll
ambush.
see them.
They're baiting him in with sound and footsteps and stuff, and they're gonna.
Or something.
Oh, dude, if I find a purple
So this is the team with the rogue as well.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know, man.
So I
Yes, they
think
have
that,
a
I guess
rogue
it's a
now.
new strategy, right? The new strategy with the rogue.
I mean, it's a good strategy.
There's a severe lack of teams confronting
What perk does the rogue have? Not sure. Can you?
There's no-
So
Oh.
looking, they don't have one of the buff perks. So I'm assuming they took.
No, I don't think they took anything. Or they just opened the tab and I don't see it.
Did she not grab a perk? She may not have grabbed a perk.
I don't think.
Because she has no buffs on right now. So looking at the other POVs, I don't think anyone is even near that area, unfortunately. So it may be waiting for a while.
Okay, let's check in with Guzu. Let's see how they're doing.
I'm not sure I even
Savix-
get up there where they were.
Savik's already dead, huh? Stay Safe's alive. Guzu's alive.
I'm gonna leave it there because I don't know how to use it.
Looks like a Wraith killed Savix. A Wraith is one of the mini-boss enemies who is very strong. If you are a lesser experienced player, the Wraith can be terrifying. Because it has a charge attack that does like half your HP. So I think Team Guzu was not equipped to deal with a Wraith, unfortunately.
Yeah, hopefully they learn how to deal with the mini bosses in this tournament, so they don't have to deal with them as much.
Yeah, I think they had a good strategy for killing the skeletal champion, but due to their lack of like just map knowledge, they probably didn't know how to
Maybe skip it. Just open the door and
just handle the Wraith in that room.
skip it.
They still have a wizard and a barb though. That's pretty potent combo for PvP if they know what they're
Yeah,
doing. So they're
just
not on the
hasting
table
hasting a
spots.
barb is terrifying.
There are traps in this room. Does need to watch out.
Oh, can we go to Katie's stream? I think I just saw some players pass by.
The ambush is gonna happen.
I definitely heard you, yeah.
Oh, they see somebody.
He's got a crossbow so far.
Are they opening another door?
Open it?
The question is if
Is
they
it
realize
Orlanthi?
what's happening. If it's no, Orlanthi's dead, so it can't be him.
Oh, right, of course, my mistake.
Please. I think they know something's going on here.
Very believable fist.
So they must have saw the barbarian, right? So they're aware a team is there. They just don't know where. This is so funny. They closed the door. Fuck that, they say.
Didn't take the bait.
And the other aspect of it is they don't really need to push into this place because look at the minimap, look at the zone, right? They have the center.
He's shooting at you now. He
They don't
knows,
really
he
need to
knows,
push into
Fizz.
that.
Don't get hit. Don't get hit.
So a pretty wise decision, I guess, from the team. Not to push in.
They have circle. That's so
Yeah, they
unfortunate.
absolutely have circle. And they've definitely cleared that room if they're just hanging out in there.
Oh, this is going really great.
Yeah, for sure. You're doing awesome. Definitely.
So I guess that was Pico's team then, who was checking out the room. It looks like most teams are just farming PvE, gearing up. I don't think anyone's found any crazy items so far though. Like no one's has like a purple drop or a really good blue.
Checking in
Yeah,
with
since
Lobos.
these
here.
are low roller lobbies, not high roller, the loot's not gonna be as crazy. There's not gonna be that many purples.
Very true. I'm very used to high roller, so like I'm almost out of my I'm out of my element seeing these like gray items drop almost. But it does make for like a more balanced tournament in a way because no one's like super overpowered. Like purple weapons do so much damage. And having everyone with these like gray noodle weapons just like slapping each other makes the fights a lot more engaging, I think.
Yeah, true. Someone did mention that Guzu has purple boots. Chat.
Does he?
Yeah. I guess he got pretty lucky.
Falchion's pretty busted. I'm gonna grab it just in case. Okay.
If anyone needs it, Guzu could definitely use the help. They're dying. Oh, Guzu's fighting, I think, right now.
Circle's coming in.
Hunting.
Just tabbed over and saw it.
It was greedy
Oh,
going
it looks
for
like he's already dead.
doing loot instead of
It
Stay
happens so
safe by
fast, it's hard to
himself
find
now?
the POVs in time.
Oh, direct hit fireball. Is he gonna get it?
No!
Oh, it's a good try there, but unfortunately just not pumping out enough damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having a wizard alone is like hard to. And no spellbook either. The magic staff casts so slowly. So that was Rockman getting 2 more points for Graze's team. Graze might be in first place. With the
Rockman
WoW
low-key good at
Andes.
this game, man. He's been playing.
Pico just picked off Katie with an arming sword. Pico's just going in, slicing him up.
Purple boots, man. Fuck me.
There go the purple boots.
This guy has an arrow just sticking out of his cerebellum. Very, very interesting.
Somebody's gonna take care of your boots. Yeah.
Do we have Pico's POV laying around?
Yeah, I don't know if you could find it. I tried to search for it on Twitch. I couldn't find
I
it.
think I have him right here. 1 second.
These guys are getting out.
Posting it in our chat.
This team, Mendo's team is farming, by the way.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
So this is the team that got like super kitted. They killed Orlanthe. They survived the hell level. And they are looking really, really good.
Okay, let's do it. I think.
People might be in hell, but I don't think they will. People are scared
Where is
of
it?
hell. Right here.
Oh, it's over there. Coming.
So they're going down again. They're going to the hell level a second time now.
Oh yeah. I think like if you're alive and you're in a good spot for it, it's the best play to get some more gear, get some more experience.
Okay, no campfire, so I can drop. Don't drop it here. Actually, yeah, drop it. I got it.
So it looks like Graze for Days still has a teammate alive.
We get into the other room.
So I have bandages.
Lobos escaped. So they are getting out with their secured money.
Gray's watching his team lead Rockman here.
Yeah,
Almost-
Rockman surprisingly being a carry this game, just pumping damage.
It's 2 kills they're banking in this one, right? Or did they get
And
any
it
more?
looks like Katie has a teammate alive who's going down. They couldn't find the escape portal.
Oh, so we might get some combat in the hell level.
Or
here.
maybe some combat down below, yeah.
Either way, Pico's team is heavily favored here unless Katie's teammate has some tricks down his sleeve.
11 to 9 now.
So here's the POV of the solo player down in the hell level.
Like, I'm
There
dealing
goes.
I got
Corey
like,
Aether.
5 weapon damage or something. And then
He's half HP, no consumes. He is a ranger though, and rangers have a very nice time down below with the PvE. If he can rat a little bit and like pick off a kill or 2 on Mendo's team,
Actually, you know what? It's time
it could be devastating.
At least he does have a campfire to get his HP up a little bit.
Yeah, one of the many perks of being a ranger, starting with a campfire is so important.
on that last floor.
Does campfire recharge rations? I don't play ranger like at all.
No, it doesn't.
Unlucky. So if you're cannon fodder here, Corey Aether, what is your game plan? Are you like ratting and just not even killing mobs?
So someone did mention in the chat, honestly, he should camp portals and watch them run to it. I kind of agree with that. If he can play zone well and just try and stay in the center of it and catch Pico's team trying to go into the zone from like a room filled with PvE, he could sandwich them right in between like a rock and a hard place, basically just force them into a bad position. But he needs to basically play aggressive, not stick too long in this room he spawned in. Try and move towards the center, because otherwise he's going to be the one getting sandwiched by Pico's team.
Yeah, unfortunately, a very unlucky circle for him. He's like on the very edge of it. So he does have to push up. These dogs do so much damage.
Yeah, he's having a rough time with them, but he figured out that you can just move sideways to dodge their bite attacks, and that's a good way to deal with them.
There you go.
Got it stuck in the doorway.
Now just shoot him through the
Nice little
door,
cheese. Little Gouda cheese going
Ooh,
on.
that's really cool.
Yeah, they were watching that too.
Yeah, these dogs are vicious. One bite did 90% of his health.
Good shit.
Yeah, unfortunately he's really low now and doesn't really have any more healing unless he finds it.
Got a green dagger.
The nice 9 gold to the vendor.
In this room there is a centaur that roams around. So
Mendo's team is doing Lich.
Mendo's
Oh,
team.
are
Let's
they
go in for the
actually-
boss.
that's
Let's have
Pico,
over.
right? That's Pico, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Pico.
Yep, Pico. This is our first boss attempt. Worth 15 points if they can do it.
I'm good.
They have the gear. They have a cleric. It could be possible. So the boss mechanics, for those who don't know, He does a blue swirl. You see it on stream. You have to spread out when it happens, or you take a lot of damage. You can see there, if you spread out, you only take half HP. If you're all stacked, you take the full HP. There's a purple circle, where it requires your team stacking up. If you don't stack, it kills the player. And he's also shooting out these purple orbs that require you dodging them and running them into mobs. If these orbs hit you, they instantly kill you.
Yeah, there is also this one other orb that he just did that's very slow moving, and basically one-shots almost any class in the game except the Barbarian. Does a lot of damage. So what you need to do, yeah, he just did it again. So it's a very slow-moving orb. You need to either block it with the environment or make it hit a skeleton. And you see Pico's actually making it hit the environment there so it doesn't hit him. So these players are familiar with the mechanics. Once again, the blue circle, the blue swirl, hit Yams there, and he's going away from his teammates.
Oh, the blue circle kills Yams. They're down their healer.
The Lich actually ends up killing Yams.
So this blue shield happens when he's low on health. It absorbs quite a bit of damage, but it does mean they're very close to killing the Lich.
So what's the downside if they wipe here?
They lose their points and their gear.
Just for this round, though, right? And they may not have any kills this round.
No, they do have kills.
Oh, he
this
killed
round,
Katie. Mendo killed Katie, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. They have some kills banked up, so they would lose some points as well as all of their gear. But if they do manage to kill the Lich, that's 15 points here.
That would skyrocket them to first place.
Yeah, that is a big reward. And they're already pretty favored here over other teams. Let's just hope they can actually pull this off, otherwise they're going to be in a very bad spot.
Oh, just barely dodging that orb from Pico. Yeah, having Orlanthi's blue crossbow is putting in work here.
Yeah, and there's the slow orb again. He's got to make sure that hits skeletons or environment.
They're getting some good RNG. They've not gotten many purple circles. Oh, there's a purple circle. No!
Oh, and they're really far from each other. The ranger might just get one shot.
The ranger might
here.
die here, yeah. Oh, such good save.
Yep. For those of you who don't know, the blue circle and the purple circle, they both also work with the skeletons that the Lich spawn. Not many people know that. So for example, a lot of people think that the purple circle, right? If you don't stack in with your teammates, you get one shot. So they think that makes soloing the Lich completely impossible. So the one thing you can do when you get the purple circle on you is you can actually go next to these skeletons so you don't get one shot. It's a very interesting strategy.
I'm shooting boss, by the way, circle.
At least that's how it used to be, and that's what I've heard. I have not tested it myself.
They died to a skeleton archer.
The Lich must be close to death.
He has to be so low at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Pico right now, unfortunately, he is focusing the skeletons a lot, which, in my opinion, it's not very sustainable. They just keep spawning.
Yeah, so these monsters come back when you kill them. I think it's better to focus the boss and get him down ASAP.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe they think because of their low gear, they can't afford to keep the skeletons up. They got him.
And that's it.
That's a boss
the Lich
kill.
is dead. 15 points.
I did not expect to see a boss kill this soon.
It's really
legendary
early.
crystal sword.
Wow, if only they had a wizard. They don't, though. But that's a huge drop.
So now they're massively in the lead, considering that there's only 5 points in round 1.
If you already have
5 points in
right
round
there,
2, so now they're getting they're gonna get like 17 points in this round or something.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah,
like
but I
that.
mean, this is only round what 3 of the entire tournament. It is very possible for more teams to kill Mendo's team, take their gear, and get more boss kills themselves.
This might shift the meta of the tournament as well. People are all watching this, right? And they killed it, and they go, maybe we should go for bosses too.
Yeah, and like this is our first time doing this format. Maybe, you know, chat can let us know too. Maybe there's too much emphasis on bosses. I didn't think a team could kill the boss on like their second game, basically, because like.
Yeah, I mean, I like how there's the boss component to it. People said the last tournaments were just kills, right? It's kind of cool that you have this this other dimension to it.
Yeah, and you gotta think there's bonus points for killing in the boss room too. So if more teams go down in the future, you could definitely clean up some easy points there as well.
Yeah, it gives it an interesting dynamic. And the solo player did unfortunately die to PvE, so there was never a encounter there in the boss room.
All right, so that looks like that is the end of round 3, I believe. Let's look around. Yeah, that looks like the end of round 3. Let's go check in with the leaderboard, see if they updated that.
Think we can get the spectating now? Is your game working yet?
Yep, let me boot it up.
I bet.
All right, let's check in with the leaderboard now. All right.
Yes or no?
I believe that's updated. So we have Mendo, Pico, and Yams in first place. They have 11 kills and 1 boss kill at 15 points. So that puts them massively ahead of the other teams at 26 total points. We have the Vanilla WoW Andes hanging in there with the solid 9. If it wasn't for the boss, though, they'd be real close. The boss is just insane.
Yeah, they would. It's just 15 points. It's a lot.
Yeah,
but hopefully we start seeing some more teams go down as soon as possible.
Yep. And all the other teams, 0 points. So that is the end of round 3. There are 7 rounds to this tournament, and the teams are getting ready to kick off round 4 here momentarily. Let's check in with Orlanthi, see how he's doing.
I am sharing my screen so we can have an in-game POV. I should make a wizard to kill myself faster.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was just typing that up.
I know I can do it, but it's a little bit hard.
So yeah, what does everyone think of the tournament so far? This is our first time having a private lobby, and so it was very. We had to make a different rule set essentially, right? Because these are isolated players who can do things you can't do in a public lobby.
It's the first time there's any private lobbies at all, right?
Correct. And yeah, it's super unfair for Orlanthi, but we didn't think we'd have an 18-person lobby. We thought it'd be 16, so we had a solo player, unfortunately.
But that's okay, because I got you guys here with me. The gamers. The police gamers.
Glad to see everyone seems to be liking it so far. Some players are playing light and lighter, or bright and brighter.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do about the gamer, really. It would be kind of a lame rule to limit settings. A lot of streamers are concerned with how the game looks on stream, right? Dark games, they might look pretty bad on mobile or in a YouTube video. So a lot of people cram their game up because of that. But the devs have taken taken gamma in consideration when designing the lighting of this game, right? That was a big concern of theirs. For example, there was this one interview where Terrence, the lead developer of the game, he's like their CEO. He said they experimented with a bunch of different lighting types for the game, pretty much, and this is the one they settled on that basically can't be cheesed. Whenever it's dark, it's actually like dark. No matter how much you turn your gamma up, your settings up, you're never gonna see it.
Whole sword for a hire, sell sword for a hire.
Orlanthi is trying to sell his team, to sell himself to a team. Sell sword for hire, he says.
Yeah, so finally we see some VoIP being used. I hope it does get used in game too.
Good games all around. If one of you could just give me like a pity right-handed, that'd be nice.
Okay, how's the in-game stream? Is the quality good?
I'm testing it out right now. We'll see how it is. Chat, yeah, let us know how this is going to
So
look.
chat can't see it currently. They see the rules currently.
Yeah, I was just setting it up to see how it's going to go.
Now it's working for me on stream, and it looks good too.
Does it? Does this look better, chat? This is actually in-game budget spectator mode.
Yeah, this is much better.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah. I think whenever we get in game, it's going to be better to have basically a spectating with
if the quality is kind of low, we can use it as just a find out who's fighting type thing, right?
Yeah, and someone also mentioned you can tab and see people's items when you're spectating. So if we ever want to look at them, it's possible.
The Honorable Seppuku. We'll check in with another.
Oh,
team
I
later.
forgot. They actually nerfed splash damage on the fireball, so it's harder to kill yourself as wizard. The skeleton mage just got you though.
Okay, and we're in. So Orlanthe, dark plate armor, no other items.
Wait, do you want to go
You did-
purely that? Just your mode? You're going to control all of it? I'm down. We could
I
try
mean, we
it.
probably could, yeah.
All right.
Orlanthe did just find a helmet too, so he's actually pretty geared right off the bat.
So everyone looks pretty naked so far. Katie, also naked as a rogue. Lobos' team does have some gear. So they secured some items.
Chat, is this better than just looking at streams? I'm not even convinced. I'm not so sure. It looks...
Yeah, chat, let us know. How's this look? Way better? Perfect. So here's Mindo's team, the team that killed the Lich. They did Lich with some... They have really good gear. Look at this. Like,
Yeah,
Drez,
they're
you
always
know,
stacked.
this
Wait,
is
you
insane.
can pull up their gear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that's kind of sick. So
Yeah.
we're not like relying on the streamers doing it. That okay? This is
Yeah,
you're
this
right,
is
you're
much
right,
better.
you're right.
Yeah,
This is way
it's
better.
much better. So
Yeah,
they
this
have
is
like
the way.
full plus weapon damage, blue recurve. Mindo is stacked right now. Pico has
They're-
purple pants.
They've got great gear here.
Very nice crossbow.
Oh, Yams almost died there to the death skulls. Really
yeah.
low. Fortunately, he's a cleric, so he's gonna be able to self heal pretty efficiently. These are the vanilla WoW players here, right? Stay
Yeah.
safe. Who's it?
Yeah, they're all. There's a bunch of vanilla WoW players.
So they've opted to clear this PV here and try to loot up a little bit. I think it's a good choice because they are still on starter kit. These players have not made out with gear yet. So they're in a rough spot. Oh, it looks like they've met up with Grace for Days' team here already. Ranger gonna try and open up the engage. Rockman actually took some damage there, but he's gonna end up using the healing shrine.
So Asmos took out Stay Safe, but I can't seem to swap to their team. Here we are. They're trying to run away.
Yeah, I'd avoid rotating mid-fight because you're just gonna have to rotate all the way, right?
Guzu breaking down doors. No time for that, Savix.
Yeah. Stay safe, unfortunately, has gone down here, and now they're getting pushed. They're in a pretty bad spot. At least now, Grace for Days seem looking a little bit better. They have already banked a kill. Their players are looking good on health and gear.
Here's Orlanthe. Orlanthe may find Guzu. Yep, there they are.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
Is he gonna fight? No, he runs.
He would be actually in a good spot if he chose to take that fight, because Guzu is not very geared, and neither is their cleric. And Orlanthe does have a longsword. It's like Katie's team just choosing to take a slow approach here, holding bridge room. So yeah, they're saying chat you can right click to go back on POVs.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not like a real spectating tool. It's just the in-game one, so we have very limited selection for going to players. But
Yeah.
I think it's better than the stream hopping for sure.
How do you switch between the first and third person?
The V button.
The V, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know
So
you could do that.
Guzu's team has found a team. Oh, Guzu
Oh.
goes down to Azimos.
Yeah, Asm was chasing them down there, taking that fight till the end. Oh, it looks like they're getting third party though.
It looks
from the
like it as
Ranger.
well. A skeleton archer killed Katie.
Ooh, Rockman actually stuck here. Stuck in a cell.
Oh, Rockman goes down to Mindo.
Pretty rough here for Graze's team. That third party really got them here. They may not
Mindo
get
has
away.
such a good shot with his bow.
Azimuth's the last player remaining here, trying to run away. The Ranger does have good speed. Oh, but he just trapped himself.
The
There's no way
beehives.
out of this room.
Azimuth's kind of gaming right now.
Absolutely no way out of this room. He's gone.
Yeah, sorry, chat. If it was easier to hop players, I would hop the Mindo. I would have left the fight if I did.
Yeah, we can do the streams as well. We can just kind of like pop between both POVs as needed.
And by the way, it looks like half of Katie's team got wiped by PvE. So now there's only one player left remaining in that team.
Like Mindo's team just looting up. Orlanthe got a nice halberd apparently. Nice move speed on it. Slowly getting some armor. I don't... If Orlanthe encounters Pico's team, I don't think he can take out any of them anymore. The gear gap is so wide.
Yeah, it's true. If Orlanthe had a gear advantage, right, he would have a great chance at doing these 1v3s, but now that Pico's team has actually better gear than Orlanthe, it's going to be very rough for him to do anything if he ends up meeting with them. Lobus's team, though, very good position here to loot up and try to get better gear. The library has very good loot. Usually make a lot of money if you loot this place up. And they're taking their time here. They're not forced out from zone either.
Yeah, I think if you're Lobos' team right now, you gear up, you go down a layer with Mindos' team and try to kill them at the boss, because you know they're going for it.
Yeah, they're going to go for it again, right? They just got rewarded for it. No way they don't do it again.
Yeah, I think the only way to stop Mindos' team from winning is go downstairs with them and try to force them off the boss.
I wonder what Pico's team is doing right now.
Other teams could team up and try to, meet up and beat up Mindo's team.
Oh, yeah, Orlanthe was saying he was a mercenary for hire. Oh, we've got a PvP fight. Orlanthe versus Pico's team here.
Oh, unlucky. They're just throwing
He's
things at him.
completely
You can't get to
locked
them.
Yep.
Their spacing is so good.
Just
Orlanthe's
flirting
already
with him, dude. Just flirting with him.
Look at Orlanthe's footwork, though. He's actually taking them down.
Oh, the cleric keeping the fighter alive. This is very rough for Orlanthe. He's 1 HP. There's not much he can do now.
He's still staying alive so long.
He goes
crazy.
Yeah, Orlanthe is just built diff. That's what I'm saying. If he gets gear, if Orlanthe gets some footing, he can actually just wipe teams on his own.
That's very good positioning there by Pico's team, though. Very good game sense to know to keep the fighter away. Basically, just lame him out, just throw stuff at him.
It's got to be frustrating as a solo player, right? Like, you can kill these players, you think you can, you're just on your own.
Yeah, it's not going to be a good time.
It's crazy, though, because if the snowball got started there, right? He got those early awesome items and just didn't end up dying on round 2.
He might have done a lot better. It looks like Lobo's team is deciding to go down. It's a good strategy here.
Yep, I agree. It's very smart. If they play it slow and just let Mindo's team go first, they can definitely turn the tides. So chat, just for reference, when we made the lobby, it was 16 players. And then the devs updated it to 18 last minute. So we didn't have time to fill out the last 2 slots.
Yeah, as an upside though, we do get to get the spectator in because there's no.
That is an upside, yeah.
It's kind of cool though, man. You guys are onto something.
Up.
Yeah, you have a little budget spectator client now. Seems like people are enjoying it more. You don't get as much comms clogging it, and you don't have to worry about music or anything. You get the in-game noise.
Yeah, for sure. I'll still try and get the VOD timestamped of the big PvPs so we can watch the replay afterwards.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty cool. Hopefully we get a big fight in the bottom floor here.
Yeah, we have 2 teams going down, it looks like. So we may see our first hell level encounter.
Somebody asking for a cleric POV next fight.
Who's the caster in
Cleric
the middle? He
POV?
is very good. You should do these more often. Yeah, Dresboni, you're a beast, man. We're so glad you're here, bro. Maybe you can link your YouTube and Twitch if you guys want to follow.
Thanks, man.
Same with Clem.
Yeah, since we have some downtime, I guess I'll take the time to. Yeah, I have a YouTube, guys. I do a lot of beginner guides. So if you're coming into this as a beginner, don't know much about the game, I have class guides. I have an introductory guide on my YouTube. I'm gonna just post a link, and if you would like, you can take a look. Yeah, it's the first time I'm doing any casting for Dark and Darker. I've done it for other games.
Yeah, you guys are great, honestly.
Even in person, but it's pretty exciting.
You have a lot of passion for the game, but you're pretty calm and chill about it, explaining it.
Both teams campfiring, of course, getting their spells back.
Yeah, it's important for the clerics, right? And looks like both teams have that game sense to bring it in. In this patch, the bottom floor, the hill floor, has actually gotten a bit of an overhaul too. A lot of the rooms got a little bit more detail, a lot more love from the developers. They used to look a lot rougher just in general. And now there's a lot more loot, it's a lot more developed, a lot more mobs. The rooms are actually kind of harder.
This room here in particular, these like hallways, I hate this area. It is so easy as a cleric to use your like purification spell and just pull everything.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to when the zone closes on it because it's so vertical, right? There's like 3 floors on it.
It's very easy to overwhelm yourself here.
Yeah.
Pico taking some big PvE damage. Lobos' team has a much better spawn, I think.
Yeah, this room is a little more manageable. Yeah, all the fighters taking a lot of damage from PvE here. Eventually, the clerics are going to run out, so they need to be careful.
So Lobo's team is spawned right above the boss room. If they play it slow and just wait until they hear the boss fighting, they can run in there and just wipe Mendo's team.
Yeah, because you know for sure Mendo's team is going to make their way into the boss room eventually. And if this other team, Lobos, just basically waits and third parties them as they're fighting the boss, they're going to have a very good time.
I mean, Mendo's team is going for the boss right now.
Which is smart for them, right? Because they do want to start the fight as early as possible. Because you don't want zone getting you out of your boss fight.
Someone's saying I think Dist 1 has a purple item. I don't know if you can check on his gear. You can check on all of their gear too at some point.
Some nice pants. They are loaded up with good loot.
Might be the longsword, maybe. No.
Longsword's white. I don't see any purples. They have some nice blues.
Maybe his inventory?
Not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Quick gear check. Mostly grays on the cleric. Some really nice pants on Yams.
Yeah, 5 additional magic damage. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
And he actually also has a quarterstaff, which is a great weapon for cleric.
Are they called? Are they named after the same rarities in WoW with like rare, uncommon, epic, legendary?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Mendo's team's gonna go in.
It's like poor and then common, and then
And
rare.
Lobos' team is set up. They've cleared the mobs. They're good to go in.
Mendo's team is
Mendo's
starting
team
the
on
fight.
the boss.
There we go. Once again, they're trying to kill the archers, so they have an easier time fighting the boss.
This could be our first boss PvP fight.
Yeah, you can't just let them free farm it right after they just pull too far ahead.
Yeah, because if they start getting 15 points every round, right, they're gonna have a bad time.
If a team comes in here and full wipes them though, and gets the kill points and the boss points, that's a humongous swing, right?
Yeah, Lobos' team would skyrocket to the top, I think.
Yeah, let's see it.
There's the soak.
It might also be smart to let Mendo's team do more damage to the boss before going in. I think that might be the plan.
I don't think they know.
No way.
Mobs.
Probably makes so much noise.
Right?
Yeah. Either way, it's going to work out for them if they go in a bit later. So this is fine.
There's 7 rounds, guys. I think we're in round 4 here.
This is round 4 currently, yes.
We'll show you the leaderboard right after this one as well. So you can see the points. First,
Well, they hear it. They know. They have to go soon, though. So one thing most players don't know is the cleric can run cleanse, and cleanse removes the circle debuffs from this boss. I would think if they were doing boss runs, they'd run cleanse to help with that some more.
Yeah, they
These
might not
circles
know
are
about
devastating them.
I mean,
Oh,
I
here they
didn't
go.
even know about that, to be honest. I didn't know you could cleanse the circles.
Yeah, you can cleanse the circles.
Does breakthrough work for that? The fighter skill?
I'm not sure. I don't play fighter.
I hate Mo people said next time do a duos tournament with 16 people and 2 spectators. Yeah, that's
Here
a
they
good
go.
idea.
They're going in.
Oh,
They got the boss kill. They're too
no.
late.
They're too late. But they can still stop them from extracting, right? That would be a great idea. Now they're heavily favored here in the PvP. Pico's team is better gear.
This is our first look of real structured PvP though.
Just one went down. Oh, Loba's team may wipe here. They had to go in earlier when the boss was
Taking a
still up.
lot of damage from the ranger. Yeah, they waited too long, right? They missed out on third-partying the team while they're fighting the boss. Instead now, oh,
Angus goes
Pico.
down.
Yeah, this is rough. They had to go in just a little bit earlier. Now they're in a terrible spot.
I think Mendo's team may be unstoppable now, getting 2 boss kills uncontested.
Yeah, they're 30 points ahead of anyone else. That's rough to top.
Lobo is escaping with his life. Slight gear imbalance, yeah. Just one team snowballing ahead like this is...
Keep in mind, everybody, there are 4 games left. So if any other teams pick up on these tactics, watch this team do these boss runs, they might try and do the same. Lopez's team definitely has the right idea, right, to try and third-party them all doing it. They just failed this time. But they'll get another chance.
Looting the treasure hoard. For those who have never killed a boss before, when you kill the Lich or Ghost King, there's a room in their lair full of treasure.
Yeah, like this one. And you can loot it basically infinitely. The only limiting factor is the zone. So as soon as the boss is dead, you can just loot this. Oh, are they fighting? Yeah, they are
Lobos
fighting
came
right
in.
now.
Oh, Lobos
and
went
he's
down.
dead. Just like that.
He
Yeah,
had to
Mendo's
try,
the only
right?
one looting the treasure hoard right now.
You got a legendary crossbow off
Oh,
the boss.
wow. We didn't see the loot they got, but
Yeah,
now
we
we
didn't see
see
the
it
loot.
equipped. That's insane. A legendary crossbow in a fighter.
Mendo's team has to get killed. The other teams need to team up and just take them out or they lose.
Yeah, they need to be reminded that teaming is not against the rules
Yeah,
here.
they
They
can
can use
team
the
up. They
void.
just can't, like, trade kills.
They can use the VoIP and try and work together. Yeah, these guys are stacked.
They are so stacked. Any other good loot we can see?
Oh, someone said in chat that Orlanthe's changing classes.
Interesting. If Orlanthe goes Wizard, I think he has a much better chance. Or Ranger. Okay, guys, I need a BRB for like 1 minute. If you can cover the casting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no worries. We'll switch to the Twitch POV.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find the POV of Pico's team while they were fighting there. It's probably gonna be pretty interesting. Then we can watch that while the downtime is up.
I don't know anything about spells.
And they're on their shop.
Okay? You hear?
So here's Orlanthe setting up his new character.
I don't think I'll have enough.
Do we know which class he's going yet?
He's going Wizard.
Lightning.
Seems like that'd be a class that'd be better fighting uphill.
Yeah, for sure. Just nature of ranged classes, pretty much.
It is. You're right. True. No, but I need haste. I need haste.
I don't think Pico has the VOD up. Need to go to someone else's stream.
Chain lightning, I got chain lightning. What's this? Okay.
Whatever.
No bandages, huh? Alrighty then. Oh,
Yeah, Pico's team now 30 something points up. It's going to be a lot rougher for the other teams. We might see a teaming up here. That might be one of the only outs for the other teams, and I hope we do. Because I don't want to see a team with a 60-point lead by the end of the tournament.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even just a strong second place finish or something. Let's see. Let's check in with the leaderboards. All right. So we got Mendo, Pico, and Yams. Do you recognize these guys? Are these guys active players, pushing rank and stuff, or are they coming out of?
The only one I recognize is Orlanthe.
I see. Gotcha. So they got 16 kills. Purely based off kills. It could be anyone's ball game still. But once you start factoring in those boss kills, it's an absolutely insane amount of points. It's something you might want to we might want to look at in the future. Maybe nerf them down to 5 points a kill or something possibly.
Yeah, so just seeing how easily they killed the bosses, I expected them to need more gear, right? I didn't anticipate a third round boss kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, as soon as you have decent bows, you can do it really. I thought these players would be a lot newer, but I think Pico's team is actually very experienced. They're playing the game correctly when they deal with one like the Orlanthe and the 3v1s. They play correctly as well, and they know exactly all the boss mechanics. They
I was
might have
very surprised by how well they were playing.
Yep. It makes sense they're in such a lead here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is hopefully the first of many, community tournaments. So keep refining the format together and finding.
Yeah, we'll get the format figured out. This is just a first
Yeah,
of
this is
many.
the first one of many.
Hell yeah. Katie has a good outlook on it. Hopefully they get some points this round.
Try and stir the pot, Calamity. Tell them to team up.
Everybody else is at the same point as we are, basically.
That's
almost.
right.
No, not really, but almost.
Oh, there you go, focus on.
Chat, let's get a kill this game. Let's get one kill. I don't think our team has had it.
We can't do that. Oh.
Sean, I will full blast you right now. When my team got into play, I had literally 20 hours of practice. Guza had 2 hours of practice. Are you trolling me, man? I will full blast you right now, man. I literally played yesterday as well with my other friends to practice. And we almost killed the boss, man. I wanted to practice. I will blast you, man.
30 seconds out here from starting out the next game. A lot of teams are still on starter gear here, especially after Pico's team has been just dominating.
I think we're
taking
hearing
everybody's
your Twitch, Calamity, as well. It's probably coming through.
That's the in-game chat. People are talking in-game.
I see. Yeah. In-game chat. Gotcha. We'll go back to your pop here.
Okay, 5 seconds, and we're in game 5, I believe.
Game 5.
Isn't it number 4?
It might be 4. Someone else help me.
4.
I think our leaderboard team probably knows what round it is better than we do.
I thought it was 5.
Might be 5.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 5.
Okay, chat says game 5, and chat has never lied to me in their life.
Thank you,
Oh,
chat.
someone just said 4 though.
Alright, I gotta die real fast. Hold on, chat. Perfect room to pin myself in. Could not be better.
Oh, speedrun death right there.
Time? So this is Orlanthe's new character, I think. Damocles? Damocles.
No, it's a solo wizard.
Does he play much wizard, or is he new to it?
Oh, yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure he's like a hardcore fighter main. I've never
Yeah,
seen
he
him
doesn't
play
play
with-
many other classes other than fighter.
Yeah, I'm
80
interested
opting
see
to
how
be
they do.
naked.
Yeah, with the starter gear, on a lot of classes, there's not much point to wearing the starter because it doesn't give you much protection. All it does is slow you down, really. So it's a popular choice to just drop all of the starting gear, like that Rogue is doing. Yes, like someone said in chat, rogues and wizards, that's often what they do. They just drop all of their starting gear. Or starting armor, rather.
Check out Mindo's team's gear. They are so stacked.
They're holding a good room here, too. Just holding the bridge room, where they're heavily favored.
This
Yeah,
legendary crossbow is terrifying. That is
gonna
so
be
scary.
insane, that damage, bro. He's gonna be one-shotting people for sure. Yeah, their class composition is something along the lines of what I thought would be the safest here, the meta for a tournament, really. Because you can't stack rangers, the cleric is definitely the better choice for a third member. Right? Yeah, once again, if you guys want to know who's playing on the tournament, you can do !players, and that's all the list of the people that are playing right now. Same for the rule set.
Yes, players are allowed perks when they level up. The issue is, of course, is a private lobby, so everyone's level 1 to start with. I think players are just now hitting level 5, right?
Yeah, so everybody's going to be getting a few extra perks. Oh, Orlanthi's doing really bad. He's actually dying to PvE here. And he doesn't have any heals.
Oh, and the shield, unlucky. This is
The
really bad
stealth
for
mage
Orlanthi.
actually becomes immune when he uses that shield, for those of you who don't know. On the upside, the skeleton mage usually has some mage gear when he dies.
Yeah, so mobs drop a type of gear for what they are. Like rangers drop bows, mages drop mage gear, cleric gear. It's a nice way of like hunting down specific items.
Yeah, we are aware Orlanthi is a fighter main. I think he opted for the wizard because the wizard tends to be a little bit less class reliant, or gear reliant rather. And he does a little bit better when
I looked
solo.
away for 1 second and Pico killed 3 people.
Holy shit, okay. Damn, 2 kills with the crossbow just right away. Lobos' team getting entirely wiped again. So maybe other teams are gonna try what Lobos' team failed to do last time and just take a downpour and third party them.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come down to everyone teaming up and just trying to stop Mindo's team. They have such a lead at this point. If no one can team up against them, they're gonna win.
Yeah, it's looking rough, right? Because every other team is just stuck on starting gear, while Pico's team has crazy good gear.
Yeah, to reply to Bowler, we got a lot of newer players for this tournament, and so we expected the boss to be a much harder thing to do. But I guess Mindo's team has just built diff and did lots of practice for it.
Yeah, the Mendo's team is clearly more experienced than the other ones.
No, I think it's
I
fun
don't
to
think
see like
so,
what
yeah.
people loot and stuff, right?
Yeah, I agree.
One thing to note as well is that Mindo's team has been super lucky and gotten Lich every time, whereas Ghost King, the other boss, is much, much harder.
Yeah, it's much harder to cheese, even if you know the mechanics. So they might, if they get Ghost King this time, they might get wiped by it.
I mean, if you're Mindo's team, do you even go for the boss again? You're so far ahead, right, to save your gear.
Yeah, probably accident.
Probably accident. I think he got stuck on spiders.
I mean, at this point, right, no other team really has the gear to deal enough damage to kill the boss, right? Because ranged is favored, of course, and all the other rangers are running like starter bows. They don't really have anything. So you don't even have to go for boss to maintain this huge advantage that you have if you're Mendes' team. And to be fair, right, even if the boss didn't award you so many points for killing it, they would still be in the lead because they've got a huge snowball from getting better gear than everyone else. They've got the most kills still.
Yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind, right? Is that even without the boss kill points, Mindo's team is still winning. And they found a team here. I think it says Guzu and stay safe.
Pico's team, once again, another PvP engagement here. Heavily favored.
Pico's team opting to fall back. I guess they don't want to rush the Barbarian.
Yeah, they don't want to take a risk for no reason, right? They don't want to go into that Wizard. Wizard wasting a lot of fireballs here, though, hitting the door frame. Not ideal. Especially considering the Wizard has a limited amount of those. He's probably down to one or none at all. So now Pico's team is a much better spot. It looks like they're even kind of spreading out. Mendo's trying to get a flank here going around. Trying to get a better angle himself. It looks like it's working. Pico just getting buffed up, rushing them with a crossbow.
Who's his
Yam's
team
following right
running?
behind him.
Oh, Katie killing a player. Stay safe goes down.
Yeah, Stay Safe got sneaked up on by the Rogue. That's actually a really cool strategy there for the Rogue.
Trying to find Katie's POV. Here we go. Looks like they retreated. Oh, all teams are converging in Mummy Room right now. This could be a massive fight.
Yeah, true. They're afraid of getting pushed here, and Katie's team is just kind of falling back. Trying to turn off the lights. Pretty good strategy.
That range damage is so high.
If you're a Pico's team, though, you love to see something like this. Every other team just fighting it out and just killing each other so that you don't have to. Because they have a huge lead. There's no way they lose if the other teams don't join up. Oh, look at that Rogue sneaking up. Unfortunately, Yams has way too much gear, so he's not going to die to that. Not even
Having
close.
a naked Rogue against Pico's team just not going to end well.
Yeah, he's not going to get anything done.
Pico hunting her down.
Very smart of Pico to use throwing axes to chase down people, by the way, because
I think they got split up. They're still alive. Oh, that head.
Oh,
that's
and
so
there's
much
a-
damage in that crossbow. Savix killed Azimos. Just barely missed the kill.
Race for
Race
Days
for Days
still
may
alive.
find Pico's team. Grace says nope, turns around.
Come on, Grace, pop off with the joie hander.
So Rockman escaped actually already from Grace's team.
Grace ready, dude? Grace is making his last stand right here.
Rockman leaving him out alone. I hate to see it. I get it though, you know, you need to escape with some loot. Make sure your team doesn't just keep going in with starting gear.
So some of Katie's team escaped as well. Secured some points and some loot.
Pico's team moving forward, taking control of the zone.
What's the leaderboard looking like, Cargos, if you can? After the game, look at it, of course.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Does anyone even have a third place spot right now? Points-wise?
I mean, if Savix killed Azimus, which is what someone mentioned, they had 0 points before, so if they can get out alive and secure the kill, then they will be a...
Yuzu escaped, so yeah, they have a point. They're in third
Yeah,
place.
They're
Yuzu
on the
already
board.
escaped. Oh, Grace for Days trying to leave, but Pico's team is going to push him down. Not going to let that happen.
Oh, Graze. Oh, no.
Oh, this is actually pretty okay for Grace. If he dies
Yeah.
to PvE, Pico's team doesn't get a point.
Yeah, no points for them.
And no
Big
gear.
brain.
No gear.
Not like they need it, though. They're just going to get free reign on the hell floor.
So Cannon Fodder had to go down below again, solo. No rations, no healing,
Not
no
even a
campfire.
campfire this time.
He's in a bad spot.
He's just gonna die to PvE like last time, probably, right? Mendo's team, once again, they get a free chance to go down and get the boss.
Yeah, no other team going down. That may be it for first place. But teams can still compete for second.
Yeah,
Second
true.
place is very doable. For those who don't know, there are prize pools for first, second, and third.
Yeah, it's $12.50 for first place, $1,250, $750 for second, and $500 for third. So honestly, they should keep fighting till the very end, man. Even if you snag a third place position with 1 point, a couple $100.
True. Hopefully we get the Ghost King this time. We haven't seen this team fight the Ghost King yet. It's just been Lich over and over.
Yeah, I'd be very curious. This is Lich again, I think, actually. If I know my maps well, which I may not.
The Ghost King, unless they changed something this patch, this Dark and Darker patch, he does spawn in normal floors. So it's weird that we're not seeing them get it, I guess. They're just getting really lucky.
Cannon Fodder, just chilling, best he can. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be what, game 5 over with? So we have 2 more afterwards. Yeah, I mean, chat, how are you guys liking the tournament so far? Is the format good? Would you change the amount, of games? Obviously, changing the boss scoring, I think is pretty important, right?
I think the spectator mode's kind of a breakthrough.
Yeah, this is a big brain idea, Tresbani.
Yeah, that was a good call, man.
Yeah, thanks. I think a problem that we're gonna have to face eventually to keep doing these is that it kind of sucks for that players have to spectate just a single team just stay on the down portal while they have to wait for the next match. Yeah, so I mean, like, completely ruling out going down would be lame as well.
Yeah, so how would you remedy that, I wonder, like...
Yeah, figuring something out.
Maybe if we do like a PvP tournament only, we could ban going down, right? Which, I don't know, I think the boss kills are a fun element, if they're worth less points.
Yeah, they are fun.
People are saying the gear difference is kind of killing the excitement, though. That's what I was kind of saying with the gear requirements. You think... I mean, if you did an ultra sweaty tournament, let's say like you actually take the rank 1 players of all the classes and everything, you put them all. Maybe that's a different beast too, though. You know, maybe it's the gear difference isn't as big because they are still able to kill each other and they have 3 people. You know, like Orlanthi dies, he's level 1, but he has 2 other Orlanthis with him, right? And they're just
yeah. You got to take into account that there's like a huge knowledge gap, I think, between Pico's team, Orlanthi, and everyone else. Orlanthi, of course, he's solo, so it's a lot harder for him. But Pico's team, they clearly know what they're doing, right? They're not new to the game. They're experienced. They know how to kill the boss. They know every mechanic. So they have a big advantage over most other teams here that are pretty new to the game comparatively. So we got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, sure. I do want to mention there was a I believe Pico's team is the fill-in team, right? We had like a last minute dropout from other players, I believe, right, Cargos?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a whirlwind getting everybody together and stuff, but yeah.
So yeah, I think originally we had a much more balanced roster, and this is not quite the skill gap we were hoping for. But it's still fun. It's still engaging. I think it's still a really good time.
Hey, my favorite play of all of it was Graves getting the Kilimanjaro with the Zweihander. That was awesome.
I think something to explore too might be like actual brackets, right? So let's say a team that lives through goes to the next match, and then you keep filtering it out, right? In like a bigger tournament format until it closes in on the finals. But that's a lot harder to organize.
For sure.
Especially with these private lobbies.
Yeah, someone had a good point as well. A bracket could help as well. I think there's lots of options we could do for
But the thing is, how do you do a
Improving this.
bracket? Because bracket would have to be smaller matches with teams fighting each other and a winner. Like, this isn't something you can bracket where they're all 16 people in one.
Yeah, this format we're doing right now, like this, the way this private server is working, brackets definitely aren't impossible, right? So unless the devs come up with actual like private lobbies,
yeah,
then it's not gonna work. Because I'm pretty sure this is just like a different build of the game, where no one else has access to. So when you
so they
queue, there's only
basically gave us
one
like a
game to
second
queue
demo
into.
that no one else is on,
Exactly.
right? So.
Yeah, so there's no way to get like different private lobbies.
Can you
with
cheese
a
everything
actual
like
bracket.
this? Like they went into a jail cell, right, and then just shot it from the other side. Is
Yeah,
this
the
just,
PvE is unfortunately very cheesable.
Yeah.
The devs are slowly adding more and more like ways to avoid it. Like they remove certain things you can jump on. They make it so things hit through walls now. But of course, it's still like an early access playtest. They're still working at the kinks basically.
I see.
Yeah, eventually, I mean, they've already done a great job at improving AI, right? Let me just name a few things you could do to abuse AI before that you can't anymore. So basically, any chest you could just jump on top of and then cheese the wraith by just going back and forth between it. Any mob in the game, you could basically have a player aggro it and then put another player in front of the mob, in between the player that aggroed it and the mob. And then basically that would just body block the mob, and the player could just deal damage forever for free, right? That's no longer in the game. That already got fixed. And those were the two big ones. And they keep improving the AI. So it's possible that in the future, when the game gets released, there will be a lot less of these tricks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they've done a great job of updating the game and keeping it like fair and balanced. And even with that being said, they mentioned in the last Q&A, like class balance is not a goal right now. It's taking a back seat to making more features and like polishing. So we should see more class balance in the future as well.
It would have been really interesting to see Orlanthi with two other insane rank 1 players.
Yeah,
fight
I think
like
next
this
time
Mendo team. That'd be so sick for them.
Next time we do the tournament, I think we definitely do all the top players.
Yeah, you do an invitational with the leaderboard.
This was
people.
very much an experimental run to see like how the format works, what happens, because like this is the first private lobby, guys. The previous tournaments were in public lobbies with like random players causing interference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people saying in chat the thing still works. What I was talking about. I think it can work the same way if you're looking down and avoiding hits, but the difference is that the monster actually attacks you now, and before he would just sit there and basically do nothing until he's dead.
Looks like Pico's team opting to escape instead of going for the boss. Probably a good call with the circle going the way it is.
Are they doing that just to be merciful, or they just don't have time?
No time, I think. They have like 2
I
minutes
think
left.
they're just being safe.
Like, why go for it, right? You have the gear advantage. You have all this really good loot.
Yeah, true. Use that crossbow of doom.
And they're out. So next game is going to be game number 6 then, right?
Yep. Last couple rounds. Let's check in with the streamers.
Even though that's not going to help with anything because I can't sell it.
That's nice.
Yeah. I can buy you some stuff because I had some loot out of it as well.
I would like a Castilian dagger for 6 gold from the merchant, please, at Weaponsmith.
Orlanthi apparently trying to cleric now, someone said in chat.
So he would give himself healing, right? He has ways to sustain himself now.
Does the cleric have much offensive potential as a solo? So that was my limited experience with the game. I was playing cleric, right, and healing the boys, right, and it felt like, you know, you play a hard support role, like you don't actually have much threat yourself, but I could just be dog water.
You actually do. The cleric does have a lot of things he can give himself to to basically increase his PvP potential. He also there's also like specific builds that people do, like battle clerics. It's one of the most like interesting popular builds the game has. People like to use the perk where you don't get the downsides of drinking beer and just like chug high rarity ale, and then you have like 15 extra strength or something. And there's also the builds where you get a bunch of magic damage, and then you just equip a judgment, and that does like 60% of their HP just right away. Cleric is very viable, even solo.
Nice, man. Yeah, people are pretty much all on the same page saying that Drunk Cleric is really good. Yeah, let's check in with the leaderboard. You're right. Just finished up with round 5. That's another thing we could add to the leaderboard in future, is where we can indicate how many rounds have elapsed as well, right? Right now there's nothing on there, but...
Yep.
All right, here we go. We have a couple more points on the board. You'll love to see it. Guzu Stay Safe and Savix with a whopping 1, tied for 3rd place with Shaken Not Stirred with a whopping 1.
I cannot believe the Vanilla WoW Andes are in 2nd with 9 points. They are pumping.
Yeah, and if there weren't any boss kills in the picture here, they would still be within striking distance to win. You know, with a couple rounds left, it would be possible at least. Okay, in these final rounds though, right? You have nothing left to lose. If you're on Guzu Stay Safe Savix team, Shaken Not Stirred, Sleepy Solo, what are you thinking? I'm thinking they just play hyper aggressive because they got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I mean they have
so
to. Right?
Just go
I'm
for it.
surprised these teams haven't like experience with teaming yet against Pico's team. They kind of have to. Like everyone else has started here. Literally everyone else. Pico's team
Orlanthi is now a
low.
cleric for hire, offering his healing services.
Let's just hope a team actually meets him before Pico's team does.
Cleric for hire. What is that whispering? Is that like an in-game emote, or is that actually a game
It's
they're
a
whispering?
spell he
in his mouth?
casts.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a skill the cleric has where he has to basically pray for like half a second, and then the skill comes out, and you can cancel that, so you can just keep doing it over and over. That's what he's doing.
That was someone's RP ritual.
So we are down a team right now with 1 minute left. Who's not joined yet? Got Lobos here. Oh, here they come. But yeah, I think a fun thing as well for next time, maybe there's merit to like tracking gold earned as well. Maybe, question mark? It'd be hard to track, I think, but it'd let you have a better idea of like, I don't know, it kind of
maybe-
takes away from the PvP a little bit, right?
Because there is like that gold number you can just see in the stash, you could do something like gold at the end. Like the amount of gold you have at the end can transform into basically like points. That could be pretty cool. Like Asmo said in chat, 1 point for 100 gold. Like when the tournament ends, you just sell everything, see how much gold you end up with, and then turn all that gold into points. I think that would be cool.
Gold for tiebreakers?
Gold for tiebreakers? Yo, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that is interesting. Treasure collecting tournament. Orlanthi's gonna win.
Orlanthi is the treasure ratting god.
Is he?
Yeah, he's been
been-
treasure collector #1 for like 2 playtests now, and he's #1 right now, I think. So yeah, he's going for his 3rd.
That's cool. All right, here we go, guys. Again, thanks for your patience. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. I've had a good time. Let's last couple rounds here. Let's see how the teams finish up.
People mentioning extracting. So right now, in the current rule set, extracting is already like something you need to do. Basically, you don't bank any points you have if your team doesn't extract. And everyone did.
Ray's team finding a Wraith off the bat. If they kill it, it's really nice gear.
Yeah, hopefully
They're
they
gonna
get
lose a
some
lot of
items
help
for their
doing it this way,
classes. Yeah, right. This is just an example of something that if you're knowledgeable in the game, it would be a big advantage, right? So these guys, they're much newer to the game. If you're more experienced in the game, you know how to kill a Wraith without taking any damage pretty consistently, right? So, and Pico's team has that over the other teams. That's
Well,
why they're
Rockman got a
dominating so
nice
hard.
mace. Plus
Ooh,
3
yeah.
weapon damage.
It's blue too.
Morning Star.
That could take out some pretty good players.
I think Rockman's been one of the sleepers this tournament. He's just had a really strong performance.
No, I agree. He's
Nice.
pumping.
Yeah. Just a really nice guy, too.
Ooh, Graves has his Y, his weapon of choice.
Let's see him go Dynasty Warriors on him again.
Let's see, did Mindo's team get any more insane gear? I'm like scared to look at them.
That crossbow has to be like the craziest thing they got, probably, right? That legendary crossbow.
It's gonna feel so bad to leave the tournament server and lose this crossbow.
It's true, yeah, they're not gonna have it in their characters.
But give me some perspective on a legendary item. If you played 50 games, how many legendaries would you find in 50 games?
If you didn't kill the boss, 0.
Yeah, 0.
If you killed...
It's very unlikely you get legendaries. Like, ever, without killing a boss.
Well, what if you kill the boss, though? What if you kill boss 10 times?
Then every game, you get one.
Okay, so he drops legendary every time. Okay.
At least on High Roller he does. I'm not sure about normal. I don't do normal runs very
I don't
often.
think they drop it every time in normal. I'm not too sure. It wasn't... I don't know if they changed anything last playtest, but last playtest, he did not drop a legendary every time.
Oh, stay safe getting slapped by the champion.
Oh, yeah, he's hurting.
Yo,
Oh,
Katie
did he
jumping
die?
over Grace for days.
Did Stay Safe die?
They might not actually know this, but the spell the cleric is casting right now, Sanctuary, the AoE heal, it actually heals enemies too. So, you need to keep that in mind here.
Rockman with the Giga Mace.
Ooh, that's gotta hit hard. The rogue's gotta be one shot now.
Rockman in bad shape, going down.
Oh, he goes down to the skeleton archer, actually.
Well, that's unfortunate for Katie's team, right? Because they get denied a point because they got PB'd.
Yep.
True.
Hate to see it.
The
Robbed.
tactical archer death.
I mean, it sucks to see them fighting each other, though, right? Because nobody's gonna have a chance against Pico. They should have joined up.
Yo, Katie getting 2 kills, putting her team in 2nd place if they get out of here alive.
So cool to see the rogue naked playing with movement speed. Okay, so that's just not a stylistic choice. You're running naked for some tactical benefit. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
Yeah, so looking at the items here, Cargos,
Yeah.
they give you minus move speed, and 8 armor isn't very much. So typically rogue just like drop their gear
Go full
to get more move
build.
speed.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mindo took out Savix at some point. Probably hunting down Guzu as we speak. Yep, there's Guzu. The friendly teabag.
The
Oh,
honorable teabag.
are we gonna see some
Let's see.
some mercy? I think we're seeing some mercy.
What do they call it in Smash when you give somebody the kill? It's called like the homie or something. See if it gives Guzu the homie.
Guzu on a sliver of life.
Yeah, it's over for him. He has no heals. He does
There
have
is
one
a
of the
rush right in this
strongest
room.
ones.
I can
If
hear
got
him
that
screaming
axe-
right now in my head. Oh, down he goes to the death skull. Feels bad for Guzu.
Dies with the potion in his mouth.
Oh,
The cleric for hire being shot.
Mid chug.
yeah. Once again, Orlanthe is just going down to the Pico team.
No one wants to hire Orlanthe. He has good
I know, right?
services.
One thing I found interesting with cleric is you can only self heal yourself with one of your heals, right? The other one is like the bigger heal is only
Yeah.
with teammates.
Correct.
Yep.
So he's probably pretty low on spells. I don't have a way to check, it seems.
Yeah, you can't open his spell wheel, unfortunately, when spectating. Sanctuary does self-heal. That's one of the new spells. So yeah, people mentioned it in chat.
Who is still alive? I assume the God team and anyone else?
Yeah,
Looks like
Lobos'
Lobos' team is
fully
still
alive.
good.
All right, come on, Lobos.
Hades' team has people alive as well. And of course, the cleric for hire, or Lanthy.
Lobos'
lurking
team had a
around.
great idea last time, right? Trying to third party the boss fight. They were just a little
Yeah,
bit
they're just
too
a
late.
bit too slow. If that had gone off and they had like third partied in the boss room, they may have turned the entire tournament upside down.
But we might have seen a different result now.
Oh, they found a player. They found Katie. Oh, that mummy blocking the door with a poison cloud. Oh, they have so many mobs. This is so unfortunate.
Fortunate for Katie, though.
True.
He's made it out.
Mendo's team's crossing the bridge right to where they are. They don't see her. She's invisible.
And look at that.
Oh, that was sick.
She killed the cleric with rupture.
That was sick. That was one
What
of
a
the plays
sick
of the
rogue
game.
play.
Yeah, that was sick.
Now that's a rogue play style. Oh, but she's gonna get caught. The fighter takes her
That was
down.
such a good play by her too. Fuck. Cannon fodder got out. Her teammate got out. They got the points. They're in second place.
Let's go. Worth it. So the rogue actually made some impact. Love to see it.
That was such a good move.
I mean, that's the class fantasy of rogue, right? Just sitting there in the shadows, waiting to shank somebody in the throat from
Just sitting
behind.
there invisible. That was so good.
Not even invisible. I think she was just sitting there in the dark.
She had hide going. We just couldn't see it because of spectator, I think.
Oh, okay. Spectator doesn't let you see it.
The cleric for hire negotiating. We can't hear comms, unfortunately.
I mean, we can just turn on the streams if you guys want to hear some
True, yep.
comms. We
Is
can.
the cleric being purchased by Mendo's team?
This is a good chance for Lanthy to betray them later.
Mendo's team has a fourth player. No shot.
No, he
Damn.
should team up with the other one, man. With Lobos team.
He wasn't supposed to join the dark side.
I want to see the Lobos or Lanthy collab.
Can we turn on Orlanthi's comms right now? I'm so curious.
Yeah, sure. Let's check it out.
You're a great cleric.
We have a mission for you. Come here.
What's the mission?
Dude, the proximity voice is amazing.
You should go kill the boss.
Alone? I
Open it
can't
up.
do it alone.
Does he not know that's Mendo?
We'll come meet you. We just gotta take the other portals.
I'll go with you. I'll help you guys with the boss, but you guys gotta help me get third. Sound good? Because like,
We'll meet up with you later.
all right, I'll trust your word on it. Just help me get
Yeah, we'll
third,
be there.
please. All right. You guys
So
have
the
a
middle
good
boss
one.
room, and we'll find you there.
I'm getting baited. I'm getting baited.
I'm getting baited.
They sent him down solo. This is so funny.
So, as a cleric, can you even kill a boss?
Yeah, they're
no
on
shot,
because of
right?
extracted.
Solo, if you're geared, yeah, you could. Your Holy Light spell
hard,
does
feels
100 damage to undead targets. And you have so much self-healing. A cleric can do it. It's very hard, but they can do
I
it.
don't have enough DPS.
I've
I
never seen it
think-
personally,
Wait, do I have
but
coins?
Yeah, I've seen So Bad Strange
totally
do it.
possible.
Coins either.
It's very difficult.
A very geared cleric as possible.
Yeah, I think with Orlanthi's, we're gonna say politely, just interesting armor. We're not gonna see that happen this time.
Yeah, there's a mainstream. Give me a second. I'll link it.
Pog, they're linking
Yeah,
us.
there.
Is Mendo's team just
Can't
escaping?
wait to die alone.
Leaving Orlanthi for dead in the hell level. They did.
Damn, he got trolled.
Yeah, they're not trying to get caught up in a win trading scandal, bro. They left him for dead. Let's see. Watch Orlante though pull something awesome off and solo the boss as a level 1 player.
Me feels bad.
That is toxic. Told him to go down and left him there.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
And he has no idea either. He has no clue.
So what's the move here? He's down alone, undergeared, in one of the hell levels you call it, right?
Yep. So this is an undergeared cleric all alone versus a dog? No shot.
Wait, he can't kill this dog?
He might... I mean, it's Orlanthe, right? He can evade it pretty easily. But this is a very scary enemy. Damn, he got it with the magic staff bonks. Not even his mace. He's gaming.
So he's built if. Made it look easy.
Yeah, watching the good players play and how they deal with these enemies is just so eye-opening.
I can't wait to see this dude on an actual team.
I hope I can do this at least.
Yeah, basically every mob just has like their exploitable attack pattern.
Would twos be fun in this?
Probably,
I think
yeah.
twos would be very fun, yeah.
Just
Duos would be ideal, I think.
Yeah, I love the dynamic of just 2 people.
Is having twos lets us have, what, 9 teams as well? Or do 8 teams and 2 spectators?
Is so funny. I see why it's
Might be a lot more like individual encounters.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for experimentation with the format. Now that we have private servers, the last 2 playtests didn't have them, so it was very hard to even test formats. I think tournaments are going to get a lot more interesting the next few times we do them.
Teams of 1? Oh my god, you know what that reminds me of? Remember in Halo, they had the solo playlist where you had to get like oddball solo and everybody's just a shit show.
Yeah, I need a quarterstaff to properly bonk, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's not using his mace to kill stuff and he's using the magic staff.
I'm very curious. Does the magic staff scale better with stats? It doesn't even have stats, JK.
No, there's no way.
He's just
It's
trolling,
probably,
I think.
It's probably just, yeah, flexing.
So what he's doing right now is highly technical maneuver. Like if Graze was here, he would just get 2-shotted.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
He's just circling around it at the right way, right? He's messing
Yeah.
up a little bit. He got hit there like 2 times.
It
It's
is
not-
very hard to kill these dogs without taking damage, and he's just fucking doing laps around them.
It's just built alternatively.
I mean, imagine like a mimic, right? A mimic, it's just like a forward attack. If you just rotate around it, the mimic can't hit you. It's a little bit of the same for the dog. But
You know
gotta
what?
be a little more
Chat has
careful.
a giga brain point. The magic staff is slightly faster than the mace, which is why he's using it. I think if he had the mace, he'd be too slow, right?
So the start of the attack's a little bit slower, but I think it would do more damage overall.
Skeleton running for its life.
Judgment. That was a fun ability.
Yeah,
to use,
Judgment
yeah.
is such a cool ability.
It is, yeah.
It scales with magic power, so some clerics run Judgment and just stack tons and tons of spell damage. And like, if you walk up to a spell damage cleric and they start channeling on you, you just fall over.
Okay, he just said in the stream apparently that he's using it because he likes the bonk sound.
A man of culture.
Nice. An interesting looking mob in Dark and Darker. These chests with a tongue. It kind of gives me like, oh, what is that?
Thank you for the follow.
What is that, like, Broadway musical or whatever that has like a man-eating plant? It's like something School of Horrors or something.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Gives me those kind of vibes.
I mean, they're mimics, right? They're like, in Dungeons & Dragons, Dark Souls, a popular fantasy creature.
I see. Little Shop of Horrors, there it is.
Little Shop of Horrors. See, chat.
Mario plant vibes? Okay, yeah, that too.
Chat is so smart. Yo, thank all of you for being here, seriously. Chat adds so much to the whole like stream experience.
They've actually
You
been
guys are
really
smarter
chill, yeah.
and funnier than us, so thanks for carrying, guys.
No, thanks for being understanding of kind of the imperfections of a new type of event. It's actually been really chill. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm
guys.
actually looking forward for the next ones because this
Yeah.
one wasn't even. It was run pretty well, and we realized everything else we could have done here.
Yeah, I think it could have gone a lot worse. We could be in public lobbies right now being stream sniped.
True.
I just can't wait for the one with the top, like literally the top players, or you know, you should play in it, Desmond.
Oh, I'd totally be down. I'd love to. Oh god, he's trying to heal himself with holy light. He's a noob cleric.
Oh, he's having a bad time. But yeah, no, I think next time for sure, we now that we've done it and proved it it's at least fun to watch. We get the top players in here, see all the top strategies, top
Wait, how does he still have all of his
comps and
skills
stuff.
after he used so many skills already, and he's
He probably still has Holy Light, right? Because Holy Light can't be used on yourself, so I doubt he used very many of them.
Yeah, he doesn't have the self heals. The ones he has are like buffs and stuff like that.
Apparently there's double audio. I don't know where from.
Chad, can we get some
Someone in chat said so.
double audio. It's probably from because you're listening from your client as well, right? I have your. Maybe you can mute your sound for a second.
Holy shit! I placed this so slow.
Oh yeah, there would be double game audio if her spectating still up.
Yeah. It's always up. The way I have it right now.
It's nice and cozy.
Orlanthi taking a little nappy pie right here. Just
maybe
cuddling up.
mute Orlanthi's stream if he has it on.
Yeah, I could. Then we wouldn't hear the comms, but yeah,
Yeah.
that'll definitely fix it. Look at those graphics.
Yo, what's up, No Hit Jerome? Yeah, this game, I'm so excited. I think this game's gonna explode like PUBG did. PUBG went from nothing to millions of players in a few months. I think Dark and Darker, same thing.
He's found an escape portal already. Look at that.
He's actually gonna get out. Yeah, he's pumping.
So he got baited by that other team, but maybe it worked out good for him. He's able to get some experience.
Did he get
down
any
here,
good
some
gear?
items.
He got some experience.
Mm.
Got some okay items to sell.
Although at this point, we're going to the last game, right? There's literally zero way any team can catch up to first place, but second place and third place are still up for grabs, right?
Oh yeah, I think if our leaderboard team has updated the leaderboard, we can check that out. I think Katie's team got a ton of points that game.
Yeah, true. Was she got that kill on the cleric, and there was the other kills before that. They actually did pretty well.
Oh no, the dog. The escape portal cheese bonk. This is a super rare strat. Only the top players do it.
Wait, he got him stuck in the escape portal? Or
He's basically just putting the portal in between him and the mob, and the mob's trying to get to
I
him,
see.
but it's getting stuck on the portal.
So, I mean, the AI seems pretty scuffed then. If you can just put anything in between you and them and they just get hard stuck.
I mean, it's not anything, right? It's just the portals, because the portals aren't hard-coded into the map, so the AI struggles to path around it.
Oh, I
but
see.
that's something they can also just improve. Like let's say a chest or anything else like that, the AI is coded to path around it automatically to get to you. But a portal, which is something that appears mid-game, it does not work like that.
Hey, Orlanthi, I'm gonna push you through this portal, I swear.
Is delaying us.
How to use all the spells, very important.
Maybe it gives XP. Maybe he's just tryharding.
Maybe he
guys.
has a secret strat.
I do not think this gives XP though.
He's farming right now. Okay, and then we are on the game 7, guys. The
And what is he
very
doing?
last round.
He was just...
He's just
memeing?
trolling, I think.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Gotcha. Game 7. Let's check in with our leaderboard team. Maybe they updated everything.
He's trying to revive the dog for more experience. Gigabrain.
Trying to revive the dog by buffing him.
Yep.
Give him some shields.
Well, I think
Hope
they're
he gets
updating,
up.
they're updating it right now. Leaderboard. Just give him a second.
It would be pretty cool though if you could revive mobs. I can't wait for the necromancer. It's just gonna be such a cool class.
Oh yeah, they mentioned the necromancer's coming, right? And a monk and a bard, I believe.
Yep. The bard is.
I'm excited for
bard is
monk
like-
personally. I wonder how weapons will work on the monk. Fist weapons, maybe?
He's probably gonna have some sort of like quarterstaff, the same one wizards and clerics have right
Yeah,
now.
because the devs mentioned the big issue being finding a way to make the like first person kicks and punches look good. So maybe it's like a kick skill and the weapons are still normal weapons, maybe.
Grace looks like he's having a good time.
Okay. Is our leaderboard team fully updated? Looks like it. So, Shaken Not Stirred climbed the gap to 3rd place. I still cannot believe the Vanilla WoW Andes make it 2nd.
Yeah, let me
They
pull
have
it up.
played the game the least of everyone here.
Dude, you're telling me that Grays, Azimus, and Rockman about to come away with 750. It's not bad.
Classic WoW players built diff. Okay. Let's get game 2.
Wait, is this updated for real? Let me see.
Or game 7, if I can speak English. It should be updated. I know Shaken got 2 kills. And I don't think anyone else escaped with kills other than Lobos and Shaken.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions in the chat, make sure to get them in before we get to the game. We'll be
Yeah.
happy to answer any of them.
Also, before the game starts, if you guys have a second, some of you guys might be wondering who the casters are. I really do think you guys have had some great commentary today. Don't follow me. I'm not a Dark and Darker guy, but Dresbony and Calamity definitely link your channels. Dresbony's got a ton of guides. Calamity's got a ton of guides. They're just wealth of knowledge.
Can
I'll
links
shout
be
you out in a
posted
second,
chat?
Trustbonny.
Okay.
Can you type your Twitch in either our DMs or Twitch?
Here, I'll just send it in the chat. I'll just send my YouTube.
But yeah, I am a
No, but
cleric
Twitch.
Andy. I've not played much this playtest because of work and like prepping this tournament, but I mean, when I am on, I'm usually pumping with Orlanthe, doing some duos or trios.
Oh, you play with Orlanthe?
Yeah, we go for boss kills and stuff.
Oh, so you know the dude. Okay.
Yeah, I've also made a fighter guide with him on my YouTube. If anybody wants to learn fighter,
That's what's up.
get a little bit of a deeper knowledge, check that out.
A
Yeah,
guide with
we
the
actually
rank one
had
fighter?
we had Orlanthe, Jay Griffa, Helis, Spam W, some of their top players write class guides on our site, darker.restedxp.
That's right.
It's still very much in development. We just got it up like this morning, so some links are broken. Not all the guides are fully there, but like in the coming days and for sure next playtest, it'll be super up to date.
Database, some stuff getting built out.
I think some people are getting confused. Calamity, you're not Mobile Meow, are you?
I am no, that's not me. I'm Calamity.
Yeah, that's a different person, chat.
All right, here we go. The final round. Game 7.
I keep forgetting I have to go die. I'm like, why am I not spectating right now? Yes, you cannot get points if your team extracts. We'll go back and watch the VOD real fast, Cakewalk, and see if Katie's kill was after the extract or not.
Yeah, it was a member of Katie's team extracted, and then Katie got the kills.
Then yeah, if a team extracted, then Katie does not get a point for the cleric.
Okay. Ooh, Fist of the Worst in a rough spot here, stuck against the wall, against the zombie.
So then yeah, leaderboard team, if you can like go watch a VOD and find out for sure, you may need to remove a point from Katie's team. So final round. Most teams are pretty low on gear. Looking at Lobos' team, they have some decent items. That's a really good longbow for Lobos. Decent necklace.
How would a full ranger team be? Would that be a meme?
So there's a reason we banned class stacking. That's why.
Oh.
Triple ranger, just like peppering people constantly is
That's what I was
so
thinking.
strong.
Just perched up with the ACOG, 3 of you, just
Yeah.
headshot dead.
Ray's team wiping to a wraith. Unlucky.
What?
The second place participants going down.
Oh my god.
Not just yet. Graves didn't die.
Ghost
Oh,
Rock.
never
Oh
mind. Now it's
my
just
god.
Azimus.
Is that a full wipe to a wraith? Don't tell me this is like a kobold vermin in the starting zone.
Oh no.
Oh
God.
my.
Team wiped. Can we put Wraith on the
Lanta.
leaderboard, guys?
Yeah, dude.
Leaderboard team?
Yeah.
We need a Wraith
Can you
slot
just
on the
add
leaderboard?
wraith?
He'd be getting second place for sure.
Holy dude, that wraith was built to diff.
Constructed alternatively, even. Man, everyone's getting messed up by PvE. Walrus at like a quarter HP right now from mummies.
His team doesn't have a cleric anymore, so he's stuck in this HP. Unless he finds any heals.
Oh, they found a player. Who is this? Mindo?
Ooh, someone asked said a necromancer in this game. There could be room for that. They don't have like a warlock type of class, right?
Yeah, they said they're gonna add one.
I see. So it's gonna summon,
coming in the
summon,
future,
summon
but-
skellies and stuff like Diablo.
Yeah, I'm not
Corpse
sure.
Explode.
It's very far in the future, right?
Yeah, we
Anything
don't
can
know
happen.
anything about it yet. For now, it's just an interesting idea.
They could also add
They
like a
have s-
druid as well, right? That's like a missing,
Mhm.
missing.
Yeah, druid, bard, monk, and like a necromancer are all like being added over time.
They said they want to do like most of the popular D&D classes, just the tropes, paladin, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
Sorcerer.
I
they've
wonder
already
how they
confirmed
would
for it,
differentiate
like, why not?
paladins from clerics, because clerics have smite already, right? And judgment, like
Yep, true, and sorcerer from wizard. Those are pretty hard to differentiate.
maybe paladins have like aura spells that buff your teammates or something instead.
Peace Blade in the house. What's up, man? You playing Dark and Darker Peace?
I guess I
Everyone's
think
farming
paladin can
PvE.
have a lot more of a, say like the sanctuary skill that, or a spell that cleric has that's AoE. I think it'd be interesting if paladin had more of the AoE stuff, maybe. Maybe he can cast with his shield out.
Oh, Mindo just took out Katie. Barely missed it. They're just so geared. It's not even like, look at this amulet. Holy.
Is this a
Oh,
hot
that's-
take? Is this
that's
a hot take as
crazy,
well? I think they could add a few more models for the items as well. I feel like a lot of them are pretty streamlined in their models. They could add a.
No, it's not a hot take. A lot of people want, like basically items of different rarities for that to be reflected in their models. It's a very popular request, and they agreed. They said they're just getting to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
I think they
they're-
added like new legendary models this playtest, didn't they? Oh, there's
Yeah,
like
they
4
did.
teams here.
Oh,
Poor
God.
Orlanthe's
Orlanthe's
sandwiched.
fucking.
No.
He's sandwiched.
Is he teaming?
Oh, it looks like they
They let
hired
him
him.
out.
They hired him.
How many teams
Oh,
are
did
here?
they?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think they hired him.
Orlanthe got hired. Guzu goes down. Look at Orlanthe.
Oh, he got betrayed. They hired him and then killed him. Oh no.
Savix running for his life.
Orlanthe just healed him.
Orlanthe healed him and got killed by him. Yikes.
Imagine betraying the rank 1 fighter.
Imagine betraying a mercenary cleric just trying to do his job.
His days on ladder are numbered.
Shout out to Orlanthe, by the way, taking time off grinding leaderboard to come do this with us.
Yeah.
That headshot. Yikes. That's a kill for Lobos' team, though. That could put them... Lobos may steal second place. Their team's gotten, what, 3 kills so far?
Or one of them, including Orlanthi. If they get second place, it'll be with the blood of the cleric for hire.
They're getting out. They just got second place. Fist of the Waller is still alive for Katie's team. If he can sneak a kill or two.
And Katie's team does not have any kills banked up, so Fist of the Walrus would not be getting anything if he extracts.
Yeah, he needs to like stealth out a kill and then get out. Poor Orlanthi got betrayed twice.
True. Yeah,
This
they
poor
left him alone in
mercenary.
the hell floor, and then got killed by his bosses. I think Lobos' team hasn't escaped yet, hasn't banked the kills in. They're actually going to take this fight. Oh, Mendo's going to get caught out. Oh.
These headshots from Mendo are so deadly.
Oh, Mendo's doing so much damage.
There goes Lobos. If one of them escapes, they're good. Okay, one
Yep,
got
they
out.
escaped. Okay, they banked their kills, so at least now they're second place guaranteed, right?
Down just one just in time. Got taken out. Okay, but one member did escape, so they have their points.
Now Fist of the Walrus is the only one left against Mendo's team. And this is the last game.
I don't think there's a world where Walrus takes out any of Mendo's team.
Yeah, unless they literally gift him the kills to get him a third
That'd be
place.
some win trading, though.
Yeah, they can.
That's some collusion. Okay, I think we have our, barring some crazy play from Walrus, if our leaderboard team could make sure that earlier Katie team kill was accounted for, I think we have our winner placements.
So Katie's team ended up in second, or was it Lobo? Was it Lobo's team second?
So we had an issue earlier where we believe one of Katie's teammates extracted, and then she got a kill. So we need our team to go back and look at the VOD and make sure like the points are being counted correctly.
Oh, gotcha.
So, people in chat confused how we all got in one game. These are actually the first ever private lobbies that we're using here for this event. So the devs did help.
Yeah, the devs were so clutch. Big shout out to Grayson, who was dealing with me going, hey, can we get servers? Hey, can we get servers? For like 2 weeks straight now. They were a super big help. Got them to us last second. They went above and beyond helping us.
Yeah, some awesome community interaction there by the devs.
Yeah, it's really great to see.
Oh, Waros manages to dodge the crossbow shot, but I think this is going to seal it. There we go.
Yep, and there's the final kill.
Mendo's getting the first place in this tournament here. Mendo's team.
Yeah,
So
by a
Pico,
landslide.
Yams, and Mendo.
Okay.
Yeah.
If one of our leaderboard staff can DM me whenever you're positive on the rulings, we can go over it and maybe talk to Mendo's team, see how they felt about the whole thing.
Yeah, just want
sure,
to
get an
quickly
interview.
say congrats to everybody who played. Thanks for being here. It was a lot of fun, and it's our first stab in the dark at a tournament format with private lobbies. It was really great.
Stab in the dark. I like that.
Yep.
Shoutouts to
good
Grayson
fun.
too for posting the stream on the Discord.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's massive.
Put a 1 in the chat if you're here because of that. It's probably literally everybody.
Yeah, I got a lot of spectators from it.
Yeah. No, it was really great. Had a ton of fun. We'll see if we can do a little winners interview with the team.
Look at all these ones. Yo, thank you guys for being here so much. This is like
They were lurking.
all these lurkers coming out. Yeah, this is great. And you guys, like all your insight on how to improve it in the future, like there were so many good suggestions as well. Are they going down? What is happening here?
Yep.
Dragging
They
out
already
the
won.
game.
I guess they're just flexing now. If they can get another boss kill, maybe a Ghost
I
King.
want
or
to
something.
see if they can kill Ghost King.
Yep. I think they'd get wiped if they face the Ghost King. Ghost King is a lot harder than the Lich.
I want to see it. Ghost King is so hard. That jump is so punishing.
Yep. The only way to get it, like, or not the only way, but the way people get it consistently is they plant a pavise down in the ground, so you can jump off of the pavise, make it a little bit easier.
And they got a Lich map, I believe. These
Yeah, this is
guys
the
are
same map
just
I got before.
getting RNG carried. Not skill gapped at all. And look at this
Pretty
gear they got.
interesting,
Look at this chest piece. Oh my gosh, they are so stacked. This is from normal lobbies too, not even high roller.
They immediately go for the boss room, just skipping past everything else, making sure they use all their time.
You have one last boss kill for the road.
If you guys had just got here, these guys have already killed the Lich twice. They haven't faced the Ghost King, but Lich, they've already done it twice. And they know all the mechanics. They are very good at doing the Lich boss. Pico's going for a different approach this time, though. Usually he just sat back and used the crossbow. Now he's actually meleeing everything.
I mean, if you want to test new strats, the private lobby is the time to do it, right?
Yep,
Nothing on the line, really.
Yeah, they can't even risk losing their gear. Right? It's not going to happen. And we see some melee damage here coming from Pico. He's actually doing really well.
Oh, Pico's gonna die if he soaks this.
Yeah, true. Purple circle, they need to tank it.
There goes Pico. Pico down. The legendary crossbow lost the time.
It looks like the new strategy they're trying out didn't work out. Mendo might revert to the slower strategy now. But we see the shield come up on the Lich. That means the Lich is already low HP, and Mendo's doing really well.
Yeah, this was super fun. All the contestants, if you're listening in, thank you so much for playing. I hope you had a good time. Of course, your feedback, if you have it, super appreciated. If you guys enjoyed playing in it or found something annoying, let us know.
Yeah, I think it got a lot better. I don't know, chat. If anyone was here from the start, right? It was kind of scuffed audio. We were dealing with a lot of technical difficulties, but we had a breakthrough moment with the in-game spectator. So
Yams goes down.
The Lich has to be so low here.
Well, why couldn't they die earlier?
Yeah, we were kind of doing this on the fly, so we appreciate everybody sticking through it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Can we get in touch with Mendo's team and try to get like a post-game interview or something?
Yes, I'm pinging everybody in here. Let's go chill in the Discord and see if anybody wants to stick around for a post-game little wrap-up.
And there it is. The Lich is dead.
And there it is.
Can we get some GGs in the chat for our winners? Mendo's team. Mendo, Yams, and who's the third? It's kind of small. They played super good.
Yeah, congratulations to Mendo's team. He's ending it out the right way. Burning himself to death. But overall, Pico's team just played super solid. Very knowledgeable
Pico,
in the game.
That's right. Yeah, Pico, Mendo.
Got 3 boss kills in total.
Yeah,
very well played.
Super well played for sure. All right, we're gonna jump into the Discord and see if anybody is there. Stand by, folks. Man, I can't wait to touch base with Rockman.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Like, as the WoW Andes coming in, getting second place, I think, that must feel insane to them.
So let's check out the final standings.
Did they end up getting a second place, or was it Lobos' team?
So looking at it, it looks like our team... So Lobos had 4 points, and the Vanilla WoW Andes had 9.
And it was all Grace for Days massacre with this
Just
Y-hander.
massacring with the Y-hander.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can we like watch that back again? That was so fun.
Yeah, that was the play of the game. Is that Big Asmus? What's up, brother?
Oh, what's up? I'm so chuffed. Had so much fun. Thank you for having me and having us.
Oh, of course, man. You guys were a pleasure to watch. That little massacre you guys had with Grace for Days and the Barbarian was the play of the game, I swear.
It was so good.
It was the comms. It was the comms from Rockman, the cleric in our group, telling us to just be aggressive. It was nasty.
Dude, Rockman was a great leader. He was awesome.
Yeah, I've got too much time on this game, and I'm very grateful to be invited to the tournament. And thank you, Rested XP, for having us. It was a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, so glad, man. So glad. Yeah, it was a bit, it's a learning experience. So the format probably needs some refinement, and we can try some different stuff.
I think if a team goes down to hell, they should just get some points right away.
Yeah, that was one suggestion we had as well. The point system definitely could use some work.
Yeah, but I think overall the format was great, and I think it's very cool. We got to beta test the private lobbies, so that's awesome that we got to do the first tournament for that.
Badass. Yeah, so that's the Vanilla WoW Andes who you're hearing, Rockman, Azimus, and Rockman, Azimus, and Grace for Days. Like, literally, people thought you were going to lose horrendously. And you guys actually ended up in second place.
Who said that?
On the
Who
back
said
of
that?
Zway's Y-hander massacre. Congratulations. $750. $750. Go buy
Heck
yourself.
yeah.
Thank you guys, man. I'm excited. Hopefully, y'all's next Dark and Darker tournament is just gonna be.
Do you actually like it, Gray?
It was great, dude. I'd like to see. Well, we were talking about if there was another team that could match up with Lobos in them. Like, those guys farmed. It would have been really fun to see a couple teams in hell. So hopefully next time there's more teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mendo Pico Yams team. Like, first of all, let's set the record straight. You bring in some WoW vanilla Andes, okay? I'm a geezer at computer games. I play global cooldown tab targeting games. You're bringing in Team Liquid esport pros from Valorant and Apex, and you're sniping us left and right. What's up with that?
So we had a team call out like last minute, so we had to bring in some more streamers. I guess the vetting process wasn't quite as thorough as it should have been.
Wait, so
really?
Mendo and those guys are actually pro gamers?
Professionals.
No shot.
I think they're from Rust. They come from the Rust community, I think.
Oh, I see.
Well, whatever it is, they're too fucking good at the game.
Yeah.
Speaking of the devil, they're in here now. So we got Mendo, we got Pico, we got Yams, we got all three of them in here. Congratulations, guys! $12.50 in the bank, easy money.
Thank you.
How did you guys feel about the everything? Just the whole what was your take on it?
It was super fun. We were kind of scared at first. We had a rough start. The first person I see just killed me instantly, and I spent the entire first game dead. I got rezzed and died immediately again to a zombie. The second game we load in, we find Orlanthi, the solo player, with a blue crossbow, and we could just kind of snowball off of that because the entire tournament felt super gear dependent. And we got super lucky with gear when we went to hell. We got some really, really good gear.
That crossbow,
and
though, bro.
That crossbow, we got the first blue crossbow was the biggest one because it just gave us an advantage, so we could just play long range. And then after that, it was just I got a bunch of weapon damage gear. I got a nice recurve bow, and then we just started farming PD for levels. And then it just felt pretty free because as people are killing each other, they're not really getting upgrades from each other. So we had like a monopoly on all the good gear. So we just played safe and played for PvE.
So I'm curious. It was really fun. I'm glad you guys had a great time, but there's also room for refinement, right, in the future. What would you have changed in future if you're gonna do it again? Format.
I would like teammates.
You would have been unstoppable, Orlanthi, if you had teammates. We can't allow that.
I was coping. I kept hitting the barriers when I was trying to shoot you, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Orlanthi, you looked so strong at first. You had that good crossbow. You were goated. Like, I was like, he's gonna fucking start stomping people.
You should have heard our comms in the church room. For the crossbow.
Scared.
People were freaking out. We got that shield.
So I was super depressed, and I kept hitting the bars. Like, on my screen, it should have gone through, but it wasn't, and I'm like, damn it. Because I lined up shots on your heads, and it didn't go through.
Yeah,
Crying
those parts are
about
rough.
it still.
Yeah,
all the like small angles and stuff are really tough.
I think if Orlanthi had killed Mendo's team there,
I
it would have
would've
been
been
just a
happy.
menace the entire game.
Oh,
And there was
yeah,
also a point where Lobo's team could have third-partied Mendo's team in the boss room, and they went in too late. That could have been a whole different game as well.
that was a really good strat too. They just probably didn't expect us to kill the boss so fast.
Yeah, you killed it way too fast for them. Like,
Yeah,
they were
we
waiting
got
for a
some
long time.
juice. We got some juice just before that, and
Yeah, the first one took way longer than this.
yeah, the first one was way slower than the second one for sure.
Yeah, it was amazing killing the boss so early. That one last stand you made, Orlanthi, against Grays and Azimuth and them, you were 1v3, you turned off the lights and started murdering Grays. That was almost super epic.
I was like, I'm at least taking down one of them with me if they're not going to be friendly to me.
Yeah.
I would have been a good friend. I would have been a good friend.
Yeah.
I couldn't take him out, mate. He's too good.
Feels bad, man.
Well, on a serious note, on the format though, I mean, the boss point seemed way too high was the first thing, but I don't know if that,
Yeah,
if you
for
guys
sure.
feel,
Because
Yeah.
there needs to be like a way for people to catch up, because once you kill the first boss, if you get a really good drop, you have a complete monopoly on the entire game
Yeah,
afterwards.
agreed. See,
Yeah,
we
the
thought,
loot from the boss is more valuable than the points, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, we thought with level 1 characters and like having no gear, it'd be like game 5 or 6 before anyone even attempted it. But having Mendo's team kill it like on game 3, I think, was like fully unexpected by how fast you did it.
We also got lucky because we got good ranged, and we can't kill the ghost boss. We can only kill the boss with the archers, the rangers, and the skeletons.
Yeah, you got so
we
lucky.
Yeah, we happened to get good gear with range, which is what we needed to kill the boss. And then we also happened to get the right boss, because there's
Yeah.
two bosses and we can only kill one of them. And we got it 2 in a row, and then we just had gear. Like, even if the boss didn't give many points at that point, we could basically just run anyone down with stat advantage. So, yeah, point difference is one thing, but I think as the game progresses and there's PvE quests and you can do stuff like that, there's other ways of getting value and getting gear. I think it'll probably work out a lot better, because people won't just be loading in with green or gray gear and barely be able to have potions. They'll be able to hopefully do quests and actually get something and target farm something specific.
Yeah. Would you ban gear like to a certain point, like greens only, blues only? That
No,
feels kind of
because
lame, but
then
like,
if you get good RNG, it sucks.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we basically thought the way we built our entire composition was cleric, because all we need for a cleric is to give them a book and then they just sit in the back line and
Yep.
AFK. And then ranger fighter means we have the widest range of items that we can actually equip and make use of. So fighter can equip everything. So anything we can get, we can just give to the fighter. And we can target farm bows by just killing range archers. So we just go to the tiles that have rangers. And all you need on a ranger to make him useful is a white longbow. And you can buy that from the lumber really easy. So we built our comp around gear. And that's why gear was also such a key point for us when PvP'd, because that's all we were banking on.
I had a quick question, Cargos, Calamity, just so I have it all right in my mind. Guzu, Stay Safe, and Savix, they got last place on all the teams, right?
No, I did.
Yeah, but you weren't a team, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
playing solo.
On the teams, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they got last place, and they only got how many kills
They
in
got
7
one.
rounds?
They got one kill.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah, I just had to
my
make sure.
God.
I
My man
just had to make
rubbing
sure I had the leaderboard right.
Rubbing salt in the wound, man. Oh my god. But Orlanthi was definitely the fan favorite. They had a ton of supporters. People loved the gameplay. You're clearly a beast, bro. I'm sure in the next one, if we do like a Giga Sweaty one with all the top players, you're gonna,
I'm still really coping about when I had the halberd and I nearly killed you guys, but you just kept running. I wanted a 1v1, but you just didn't want to.
Orlanthi had so many close moments that game. It was so sad watching him just barely go down. Like, oh, that
Well,
was so good.
we triple teamed Orlanthi one time in the water room, and we cornered him in his spawn, and we just one of us died to kill him, but
yeah.
it was crazy how long he was living in there.
Yeah, he turned off the lights. If he had hidden this potion, he had it.
Yeah.
I got so lucky and then I got so unlucky. It's so depressing. I had fun though overall, and I'm sure
glad you
my
had
chat
fun. That
had
was my
fun.
worry, right? Like, make sure no one like feels terrible doing this tournament.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking time off ladder
Dude.
grinding, because I know you're pushing for the top rank and stuff. So
I'm not gonna be able to sleep for the rest of the playtest if I want first, so I'm gonna be in hell.
That's hardcore, man.
Yeah, but number one, like it's literally me versus one other guy for first, and he's 10,000 ahead of me, and I can catch up. It's just I can't sleep if I want to keep first, and I want it.
That sounds like ranking in vanilla WoW.
Yeah, no, it's like a rank 14 grind.
Yeah,
It's fucking
straight up.
I would do it no hesitation. Back when New World came out, like I took time off school, like I was sick, and then I just stayed up for 3 days, got second on my server to level 60. The first 4 were all tanks, and it was hilarious because we couldn't do endgame dungeons. Oh, Avanek, you have a hacker, bro? Grayson? Oh, Lord.
Well, hey, it was great being a part of this. Thank you, Cargos, Calamity, Rested XP. I had a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here, guys. GG's everybody watching too. We appreciate your patience with everything. It was we had some curveballs and stuff like that, but we'll get you guys all paid out in the coming days. So first place team, one final time, Mendo, Pico, Yams. Congrats, 1250, the first place prize. We got the Vanilla Wow Andes in second place, and we got Lobos, Distortion, and Ain Run in third place for 500. Appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your weekend. And we'll see you in the next event.
A participation prize?
Yeah, I'll send you a pizza.
Do we raid or
Actually, Hawaiian pizza. I'll take a Hawaiian pizza. I'll take a Hawaiian pizza, bro.
Just raid Orlanthi, give him a pizza. He'll be happy.
Dude, let's raid Orlanthi, bro. Let's do it.
Let's go. That's the win for me. That's the win.
Thanks, guys.
GG's.
Really appreciate it.
GG's, guys.
GG's. We grow.
All right.
Who the fuck added?
We're still live. We're still live before you. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm about to rate him right now. I just want to say if you had any final shout outs or anything like that, bro. Anything like that?
Still live?
Yeah, no, we're still live.
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay.
Hey, just kidding.
All right, let me plug myself again then.
Yeah, go ahead and shamelessly plug yourself.
All right. Yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, if you enjoyed my casting, make sure to check out my YouTube. Right now, I'm top 10 in kills overall leaderboard. And if you want to watch some cool guides and in the future some cool gameplay, I'm going to post a link. Actually, no, Clam is going to post a link because I can't. Yeah, make sure to check out my channel. And thank you all for having me. It was a really fun time casting here with you guys.
Dude, it was amazing. You
hopefully, go ahead.
No, I mean, you guys are just sick with it. Good shit.
Yeah,
hopefully I get to do it more in the future.
Yeah, you were great for your first time casting. Like, fucking, you carried, honestly. But yeah, GG's, guys. Like I said earlier, darker.restedxp.com. We're gonna have guides on there for the bosses, classes. Some guides are written by Orlanthi, of course, all the top players. We'll try to have it in a better shape for next playtest. It's still very much in development, but bookmark for the future.
All right, say hi to Orlanthi for us. Take care, guys. Much love. Stay safe out there. Peace.